We got Paul Scheer is here. We got Rob Huebel's here. Look at this. Actual stars are in studio. See the stars come out.
Feels nice in here.
Get this pile of trash out of here. Your toy.
I can hear.
Can you hear?
Yeah, perfect.
Huh? So, there we go. Dudio. He's an artist with the knobs. It's like a beautiful mind. He just paints. Painting.
Check. Yeah. Oh,
check.
Got it.
Check.
That pair right there, too. Okay.
If that's having an issue. I'm not going to do that.
Not going to do it. Well, I'm just going to talk. I'm going to say, my friends. Oh, I need to tell you guys, Scharpling and Worcester live. This, we're doing end of August, beginning of September, live shows on the West Coast. You bought your tickets?
For the LA show.
Well, that's nice. You didn't have to buy, but I'm glad you did.
I want to support the show.
Well, let me tell you, Rob Huebel. We start off in Seattle. We will be at Numos in Seattle on Thursday, August 27th. And then Portland, Oregon, sold out.
Oh, wow.
It's sold out. Sorry, Portland. Doug Fur, sold out. Thursday, September 3rd, San Francisco, the Great American Music Hall. And the road adventure ends September 5th in Los Angeles at the El Rey Theater.
El Rey is a big venue.
Yeah. Oh, no. I know.
Those are all party towns.
They are party towns.
We're going to party towns.
We really...
You got some thoughts there, man.
Took it to the party. We're playing to the party community a little bit. Yeah. You know, we're tilting things into the party vibe because it's just kind of, that's what we figure, you know, by that point Jimmy Buffett's wrapping up his tour and we can kind of...
Oh, those parrot heads.
There was a period of time I was touring around in a short-form improv group that toured the country, and wherever we went, we were following Carrot Top. Uh-huh. And we would always get like, Carrot Top just came through, and so people are just kind of, they're all comedied out. So,
they're all comedied out. That's
so we look, so beware of Buffett. He might just suck the energy, you know.
Yeah. I was listening to his station on satellite radio. There's like the Jimmy Buffett station.
Margaritaville, you mean?
I think it was right? It was Margaritaville.
I mean, it has to be.
I think it was something like that. And he had this, like, and it was like weird, like live tracks, but it's just like we're digging deep on, and it was like this live version
that he was playing.
Yeah, it was like him playing a cover of this Crosby, Stills and Nash song, Southern Cross. You know that song, Mike?
Yeah, I do.
You like it?
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. It's a Stephen Stills number.
Did you like it before Buffett covered it?
No, I didn't like any of it at all. From the Crosby, Stills and Nash on to the version I heard, I didn't like any of it.
I ate at a Margaritaville where all they do is play live footage of Jimmy Buffett concerts on all the TVs. So it's like a sports bar, but with Jimmy Buffett on multiple screens, and then like miniature planes. And like Jimmy Buffett has created this persona of this island kind of warrior,
this industry.
Which I mean, he did portray great on Hawaii Five-0 season 1 as he teamed up with the guys to help them get into Cuba.
You're assuming we've seen Hawaii Five-0 season 1.
Oh yeah. If you haven't, you've missed out on some great stuff. Scott Kahn's from New Jersey.
Yes,
and he likes things a certain way.
We're very proud of that.
Yeah.
We're very proud. We talk about it all the time.
Scott Kahn will say things like, you guys put pineapple on this pizza? Well, I don't get Hawaii. He doesn't get Hawaii. Cause
that's a good Scott Kahn. Why are you not on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, or why were you not on Entourage?
Well, I actually auditioned for that role that Scott Kahn got.
Did you really?
I did. You probably did, too.
In Entourage?
Yeah.
I don't know if I auditioned for the Entourage movie.
No, the TV show.
Oh,
for the Scott Kahn role.
Yes. Scott Kahn played Scott on the show. It's always one of those. Do you ever play a Paul or a Rob in a thing where you're just like?
I try. It's confusing.
Yeah.
It's
where they're just like, because Tony Danza, every other thing he played, he was Tony.
Yeah.
That's the only name you could give him. Really,
they were like.
Didn't you say Will Smith does that?
Well, yeah, I said Will Smith. I guess gave someone advice about TV show. He's like, whatever show you do, just make sure that whatever your first name is the first name of your character on the TV show, because they'll call you that for the rest of your life, and you don't want to walk around and people just shout out a fake name.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
make sure of that.
yeah, it worked for Bill Cosby, so.
That sounds like the kind of thing. Let's just make sure.
Dr. William H. Cosby.
I wonder how that would be to go over on a set and be like, hey, who do I talk to about making sure this character has my first name here? It's like,
I want to audition for it, but I just want the name to be mine.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can't read for this. His name isn't Tom.
This character.
His name is not my name.
Yeah, I can't do this. Now, you guys.
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you one question.
That's aggressive. That's an aggressive
like
move. That's an aggressive move.
I'm great right now.
Duty of holding.
Sure. I'm here in the studio. I'm excited to be here in the studio.
Yeah.
Is this the launch of, I guess, the Friends of Tom network? Are there going to be other shows in here? Is this going to be a factory? Are you going to be like the next
available, man.
Joe Rogan?
I don't do a show.
The next Adam Carolla. Are you going to have like a Tom?
Wait, you don't have
Cars?
a sneaker on the wall.
I don't have
Earwolf.
No.
What about Mike?
I don't have a show. Oh, that wasn't me. Well, I mean, I
You
didn't.
were on that.
Yeah, I read.
You were Mike.
It's Scott Aukerman. He wrote that.
You sure you're not? Oh, that's. Oh, this is just going.
You know what? I think I'm
spectacularly.
gonna stick with Earwolf. I think you're right.
Yeah,
There's
I
just a
would-
guy in the alley pounding on a trash can.
Cats just
In
running
here
through
in New
the alley.
Jersey. I think I'm gonna
It's
stick
a-
with. Maybe I'll go.
No,
with
that
Earwolf.
was right there. I could not have lost ground negotiation-wise more.
Guys, you gotta get on my
All right,
network.
Here's my pitch. I need you on board my network. And then a guy drags a garbage can 3 feet away from you outside a window because there's no air
You
conditioning.
just can't record on garbage
Not
day,
as
and
a
that's it.
not as a comedy bit, like a real guy living his life.
Yeah, it's. Come on, Fred. I told you take the garbage out after the show's over. You're blowing my thing. I lost a big deal. Rob Huebel stormed out of here.
You know,
now.
like when
That would have been huge.
a lot of the times when we're on set on the League, we shoot in the Valley, the Encino, like outside of L.A., and it's a very rich area, and they understand how TV works.
Well, he
And then
knew.
you-
Everybody's seen Encino
Well, I'm
Man.
explaining it for some
but
of the
you know,
people in the
if
audience,
you-
too. I'm
Everyone's
trying
seen Encino Man. They know.
Oh, yeah, Encino Man.
Encino's
So it's
an-
just like
it's
that.
a rich neighborhood.
But they're very rich, and they tried to screw with production. So when they know that you're there, like
Yeah.
you'll just have a guy in the front lawn who's
Yeah.
never used a mower,
Yeah,
just
suddenly.
like,
Just hoping some just hands him $50.
yeah,
It's
some
like,
PA's
all
got to
the
pay
time.
him off.
Here
So
you go.
what I'm thinking is maybe you can run somebody out in that alley and drop some money on that guy.
Mike, behind your almond crunchers, there's a stack of $100 bills. Go give the guy in the alley one to stop dragging his garbage can around. Now, you guys, all kidding aside, you guys, serious business, real talk.
Yeah.
Today was an exciting day for the two of you.
Well, yeah, it was pretty great.
Big day.
I also just want to say,
Big day in the streaming world.
family friendly.
Yeah.
Last week we had Jack Black went off on a tirade of F-bombs. We're trying to run this as if it's a
Oh, is that
family.
is
we
that
just
true?
try to we try to keep it.
Okay, good.
Try to
That's-
keep it on the right side of things.
I know.
That's good to know.
I know. Just I need.
You didn't stern it up. You
No.
didn't leave
Yeah.
and then come to a place so you could curse it up.
Yeah, to me that's just like, wait, your mouth can form curses. Oh my goodness, this is the most exciting thing I've ever seen. It's like, yeah, everybody can curse.
Well, is the show religious in nature?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got a core. We
Yeah.
try to. It's like stealth.
Yeah.
In that way.
Try
I'll
to work it in every now and
Yeah,
then.
exactly.
Very subtle.
Like I'll just say at the end of a thing, we'll just say, "Oh, praise him," and hope nobody notices.
Yeah.
That we're slipping the message in, and then we
casually
talk,
reference Kirk Cameron films.
we talk about some Kirk Cameron
Fireproof.
movies. We talk about the bar Mike works at, but it's actually a church when you go there. When people go hang out with Mike. Wait, this isn't a bar. Mike is in a full. What would
But
that
you
be?
go there and you leave so high. You leave just full of the Spirit, the Holy Spirit.
And fellowship. It's
Yes.
about fellowship.
It is about fellowship. So I think it's a carryover from doing it on the radio that I just didn't
Yeah.
feel like adding.
There's no
Yeah.
reason.
The toilet.
My mom always says that. My mom always says there's no need to swear.
Yeah, because you guys are funny without that.
You don't need the
You
swearing.
guys, no. I've seen you do it without cursing, and I've seen you do it with cursing.
You don't need the cursing.
Yeah.
Yeah, praise him.
Praise him.
Thank you. There we go. We're keeping. It's working. But you have a special that dropped today, right? Today?
Yeah, you use
We have
the
a comedy special.
use that rock star.
Yeah, we did.
lingo.
We
Trying to
did
keep it
a
pretty
comedy
contemporary.
special that I think is not the normal of a comedy special. It's not a stand-up special.
No.
It's kind of what Rob and I do. Rob and I have been doing this show, Crash Test at UCB, for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's like a mix of stand up and weird stuff and bits and
Music.
character. You know, it's just kind of a screw around show, but mostly
Yeah.
stand up. Mostly
Yeah.
stand
Yeah.
up.
And so we decided to take that show and put it on a moving bus and drive that bus around LA with a full audience inside.
Yeah.
It's a glass bus.
But it's not. Yeah, it's not a normal bus, Tom. I mean,
Okay.
obviously you're one. You look puzzled, so I'll explain it.
Because I was like, wait, so it's what is this shot on like a GoPro? You guys,
There's
just
a lot of
went on
GoPros.
You
There
guys
were
went on a
some
bus.
GoPros.
No, but it's more than GoPro.
Those are overhyped, I think. But
You ever
we
watched-
should have shot it on drones. That would have been.
Oh, I love
that would
drones.
have
Yeah.
just drones outside of a bus, like hovering.
Following, yeah, it was following
outside.
us.
Have
But
you
the-
ever seen that GoPro channel on Virgin America?
I watch
Fly?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch it.
It's just like in case I'm not like nauseous on the plane.
Yeah.
Let me watch things.
A
Let me
guy,
watch
a guy
snowboard.
base jumping.
Exactly.
I got a GoPro, and I'm not a good skier. I'm an average skier at best. And
You know what?
my
I've
GoPro
skied
videos,
with you. I've skied with you. You're not average.
I'm below average.
Yeah, you're below average.
No, I took some lessons. I've been better now.
Oh.
But when you watch me,
The gauntlet has been thrown down. I'll see you on the slopes.
when you see me,
Great, I'll see you out there.
When you see me
Not
nail
me.
those green circles on my GoPro, it's
Yeah.
just like you're there,
Yeah.
man. You're
But-
just going down the mountain at 5-10 miles an hour, just eating that snow.
Would that be the most boring thing? Is that more boring than watching someone play video games?
I feel like
Watching someone's GoPro footage of them being average on a snowboard?
I'm
or-
obsessed. I'm obsessed with Twitch. I feel like Twitch is the dumbest thing. These people shirts off playing video games, giving shout outs to people.
Wait, I don't even know what that is.
Twitch is like a
Is this
format.
because you have a kid? You know what this is? Like I don't have
My
a baby.
kid is 15 months old. He's not
No,
playing
this
Halo
is the
yet.
this is the wolf pop thing.
Okay.
He knows what Twitch is.
Okay.
Twitch is basically like a channel where you can watch people play video games well.
Yeah.
And like the most,
Yeah.
and the people who win in video game awards, it's like the prizes are bigger than like the U.S. Open.
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that. It's
yeah.
insane.
There's a team at some college now. Like they have, because they have arenas, and so now they know that they can have like teams at colleges, and then it will draw a crowd. So that's business for the school.
Yeah.
So they're like offering scholarship.
Yeah. A video game.
I'm really
coach.
good at Modern Warfare, Call of Duty
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
The Bobby Knight of video game coaching.
Yeah. Come on,
Jerry
guys.
Tarkanian
Throwing
just
a
shit.
biting
What are
a
you
towel.
doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm not going to go, you guys are not going to like me, but you're going to respect me. Now pick up your remote, pick up your controllers,
And
and,
go get-
let's play some
Go get
Madden.
Go get the goblet.
Co-op Madden.
Yeah. I like when people who don't know a whole lot about video games try to be condescending
Imagine-
toward it.
You guys play that
Imagine
GoldenEye
what
still?
it's
You guys
like.
playing that GoldenEye?
GoldenEye from 19 years ago. So we take a little scenic detour there. GoPro was filmed on this bus. It's Rob Huebel. It's Paul Scheer. You're on a bus. You're driving around Los Angeles.
So if you picture a normal bus, you're facing the driver. All the seats are facing the driver.
Yeah.
This bus, all the seats face one side, and there's stadium seating.
It's like movie theater.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one side of the bus is completely glass. So
Our
we thought-
idea was that most of our comedy friends, they're lazy. They're really lazy. It's hard to get them to come out and do the show. So we said, well, all right, we'll bring the audience to you. So that's all we did. We just drove the audience to different people's houses.
Okay.
And said, come outside. We're right outside.
Yeah.
And here's a microphone. And then so they came out and they just either did stand up or they do a bit, some kind of sketch or something. So
and then they go back in their home.
and then they just go to sleep.
But
Now-
the fun thing about it was like we wanted to do like a special that felt like a UCB show. Like, that we only did it once. Everything that you see in the special is we did everything one time. We never had any rehearsal, and we just kind of shot fat, and then we kind of edited it down.
Yeah.
But we tried to keep it feeling a little bit more alive and a little bit different.
So we went around and we tracked down like Aziz and Rob Corddry and
Aubrey Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Earl Sweatshirt. The Odd Future guys have been on this show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Earl Sweatshirt's been on the show.
Tyler.
It's not Earl the Sweatshirt?
No,
it's Earl of Sweatshirts.
Earl of Sweatshirt. He's the Earl of Sweatshirts. Yeah.
Someone said that today. We were talking to somebody. They go, so how was Earl of Sweatshirts? And we're like, oh, he was great. He's a really nice
His
guy.
fiefdom is working out quite great.
Who else is on the show? Tom and Ben from
Tom and
Reno
Ben doing
911.
a Reno 911 reunion.
Mm-hmm.
Jack McBrayer.
Natasha Leggero.
Seth Morris is Bob Duca. Some fun people.
People you would like, Tom.
But this is the one point I'm a little nervous about this thing is it's a little true or false. It's very pricey to get your hands on this thing.
Hey, no, Tom, that's the thing. Here's the thing. You can get this.
I feel like that was a setup.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
It was a softball.
It's only $3.99.
Okay.
$3.99.
$399.
Well, no.
Because
originally our first idea was let's do $4, and then Paul had the great idea. He
said, you know what? I like our audience. I respect our audience, and I don't want to like get them out of $3.99.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's make it cheap.
Yeah.
$3.99 out of 4, and so you can get it on Vimeo, Vimeo on demand, or go to crashtestshow.com. But it was fun. We got to go do this.
It's
crazy
fun, and
thing.
we made something that we really like. So all we care about is just making our own stuff.
It does have a lot of trash mouth talk.
Trying to get it out. It is dirty. This show that we're doing right now is not dirty. The show that we put out there on Vimeo, there's some swear words.
Pure raunch.
There's a lot of swear words.
Yeah. There is a lot of raunch.
Well, because we never told anyone, don't do it.
When I sent it to you, I was like, oh, Tom, it's too much dirtiness for Tom in these first couple of minutes. I got there.
I usually walk out of my.
Oh,
like I walked out of Man from U.N.C.L.E. the other day because someone said the H. They said the H word.
Oh, of course,
of
course.
I know you don't want to. Yeah.
I walked out of Jurassic Park because those dinosaurs. They're making scary noises, but it's just as good as a swear word.
Can I talk about one thing that I feel like is deserved to be addressed here?
Yeah.
This guy is directing Jurassic World. Is going to direct the third Star Wars.
Praise him.
Are we okay with that?
Praise him.
Praise him. Are we okay with this guy directing the third Star Wars? He seems to me to be absolutely humorless. And I didn't like Jurassic World. Did you like Jurassic
World?
Sure,
you were throwing down.
I feel bad. I mean, look, maybe
here.
he'll be great.
Well, it looks like somebody is not going to get the role of Zorp Bebop in the new
the
Star Wars 9.
I want your people listening right now to
Zorp Bebop.
Like if you're, I'm gonna do it here to see if
Bounty Hunter. Can we touch that, Jason? Yeah. Is that computer touchable?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I just don't want to blow up the stream.
I'm typing in his name right now. Colin Trevorrow. Yeah. Every picture of him, he never cracks a smile. Look at
your days as the sarcastic computer hacker are done. You're not going to be in any more of these movies.
Oh no, I guess I just blew it.
The days, you now just saying, I think I can fix the hyperdrive on this thing.
Yeah.
Look at this.
There's a firewall. Oh, we're in. We hacked it.
Do you want this guy directing your summer blockbusters?
Oh. Yeah, he looks.
He takes himself pretty seriously.
He's so sad.
If you do a Google image search
looks
of this
sad.
guy.
This is not a man that should be directing. Google search him right now.
He just looks like he's like. You picture the first day on the set, he'd be like, all right, everybody.
Not even a semblance.
We got to make this Star Wars movie. Let's just all get through. I like how you're scrolling through, and there was just one.
He's
Russell
got one
brand.
look.
There's like one, but there's one Russell brand in this scrolling through. But it's like he doesn't like. He looks like morose. Like he's just going to be like, look, if we all
have fun.
Can I tell you something?
Let's make a blockbuster.
I have an audition on Monday for the movie, so I'm not. You'll notice I'm not joining.
Yeah, you've recused yourself from the.
I apologize. I take it all back.
Seems like a good guy to me.
It's I like how you play that because usually Paul is the guy who is doing the gaming the system.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
It's like if you go back to the human giant dynamic, it's like you're the cowboy, Rob.
Sure.
Right? You're the cowboy.
I'm sure everybody would say that.
Rob's the by the book guy, right?
Yeah.
Aziz is like the X factor. Like, what's this dude gonna do?
What's he gonna say?
And Jason Wallner's just like editing the thing back in. He's
Jason
trying to figure out how to
Wallner
add
keeping him
flames.
locked in a room for days and hours like veal.
Taking those fighter pilot pills.
Where you're just like, guys, that's a wrap on Human Giant. And then he's like, well, I'm going to be here for another 9 months, actually, assembling this.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know when it's...
like the unsung hero.
You nailed all of our Human Giant personas.
Exactly. Jason would be the guy like, I think you can get us into the system, right? And you're just like,
we got to do it by the book, guys.
Yeah, that's Paul.
Yeah.
But you're just like, I just want to punch someone out, right, Rob? You're just like, you're like, let's fight.
Yeah, let's fight.
And then Aziz is like because I think I'm just making you guys the A team, right? Isn't that all I'm doing?
Who am I? Who is that guy in the A team?
I couldn't figure out if you were doing the A team or like Three's Company.
Yeah. Well, if it's Paul, I guess if it was A team, you'd be the
Hannibal.
Yeah. Right.
All right, I'll take it.
You'd be that
Liam
guy.
Neeson. I'd be the Liam Neeson.
You'd be the Liam Neeson.
Oh, you're going recent A team.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one before that.
Yes, there was a TV series before it.
Oh,
not with.
I like the
Rampage Jackson was not the first.
I thought the Bradley Cooper one was the first. That's the first time I ever heard it.
Yeah,
I do think that A-Team is an underrated movie.
I never saw it. Is it
you
good?
really are on the FX.
You're
really walking the FX party lot.
He's a company man.
FX. I know. I'm not even worthy of FX. I'm on FXX, which has a sum total of 2 hours of programming for 12 weeks. For 24 weeks out of the whole year.
2 hours.
2 hours. And so for 12 weeks, there's 1 hour.
Okay.
And then for another 12 weeks later on in the year, there's another hour. That is the sum total of FXX's programming.
And the rest is what? The Simpsons?
Simpsons and Mad About You reruns.
Yeah. Well, that's a fun thing where you're just like, coming up next, another episode of Mad About You. It's like when you're watching TBS, like... And like when I was flying like last week, I'm just watching I'm like watching the TV, and it's like coming up next, another American Dad. I'm like, well, I guess I'm watching 7 episodes of American Dad in a row on this thing because I'm not going to pay $14 to fall asleep.
Yeah,
to fade in and out of Get Hard as I like rent it and then fall asleep 4 minutes into it.
Well, JetBlue is the worst because you can't rewind it or fast forward it. You have to it's almost you have to jump into. You got to jump into it, or that's it.
Yeah,
it started. It's going.
Well, it used to be just like here's the one movie on the plane, and you just accepted that as how it was.
It's better now, though.
Yeah, it is infinitely better. Where it was the kind of thing. It's like I remember flying this one airline that flew out of LaGuardia, and their only stops were Los Angeles, LaGuardia, and like Tel Aviv. And it was like the flight showed a movie, like it was almost like they were projecting it onto a screen at the front. And it was 12 Angry Men, the Showtime, like with Tony Danza as one of the angry men. And I was like, oh boy, this is...
And that's it. You're...
I'm angry. I'm such an angry man. He's like, Angela, I'm angry.
That's a great... I don't know why you're not on Saturday Night Live doing impressions of Tony Danza.
Well, Rob, you're not the only one with an audition next week.
Wait a second. Lauren has come calling?
Let's just say someone's going to be at the UCB Theater. We need someone older than any cast member we've ever had.
That can do Tony Danza.
That can do, we need a Dan. He's just like, we need a...
Basically, you're saying that Lauren's going for a George Coe again. He's trying to get another George Coe.
He's looking for the new George Coe, which is the funniest thing. That's the guy who did the voice of Space Ghost.
Yeah.
Was a cast member for like 2 episodes.
Yeah, he was in the first season.
Oh. Because what was it? A thing where they're just like, we can't have kids playing these old...
We need to make an old guy play the old guy.
Yeah. And then finally they're like, oh, that's right. We can just put wigs on people, and anyone can play anyone on this thing. We don't have to have an actual old dude in the cast.
When is there going to be a Tony Danza like sex scandal? You know, like it seems like there's something
underneath.
There's something in his backstory where it's like, oh, Tony Danza held me prisoner in his basement.
It is.
You know.
See, I think Tony Danza is going to go the other way. I think he's going to be the mayor of New York City.
Oh, really?
Ooh, I like that.
I think he's got it in him to like go. all the way with.
I
the
like
idea
the song
of,
and dance mayor.
Right?
Do some policy, do a little standard.
Yeah, he would be like the East Coast Schwarzenegger kind of guy, where he's like just charming everybody, and then suddenly they're like, "Wait a minute, who did we just elect for this thing? Wait, this guy's the actual mayor now of New York." Like
he's like Jeb Bush, like he just kind of will just get in there. People like him, but they don't understand why he was there. Jeb Bush sells a guacamole bowl on his site for $75. The Jeb Bush presidential campaign guacamole bowl.
Well, his wife is Latino, so it's
okay.
He's allowed to.
So it's a bowl to make guacamole in. It's not like it's not like it shows up all brown like somebody left guacamole.
No, yeah,
out.
you don't know. It doesn't come made. Yeah.
It's not made out of guacamole.
Yes, that's what I was like. No. I was like, so he's like making guacamole, then he's like packing it, and it's like it's already like
there's a bowl with old guacamole in it. No, that's not what he's selling.
Yeah, you really have to be a supporter of this guy to be like, yeah, I'll pay $75 for this brown.
And it's called guacamole.
Okay,
it's $75.
I think it's guacamole.
A guacamole, yeah, and it says Jeb's secret guacamole recipe not included.
So he won't get yet.
No one's looking at this picture, but it's it's one of those grinding bowls where
just a regular plastic bowl.
But it also
with
looks
no writing on it.
It also looks like the very first toilet.
Like
where they're just like, all right, this is a good starting.
Let's
try this out.
Let's stop going in our huts. And let's go in these bowls.
But this thing's going to have to evolve at some point past this.
We'll figure it out later.
Yes.
For right now, just go in these guacamole bowls.
Well, yeah, what if they invented guacamole bowls first, and then somebody's like, hey, I think I found a new use for these guacamole bowls. I call it a toilet. Hey, Mike. How you doing out there? You all right? Oh, good. How into it are you? Like, you know what I mean, into it. Like, how deep are we out there? We're good. Feeling it? Little loose. Who's good here? Who's good?
What do you mean? Who's doing the best?
No, we got calls here. We got calls.
Oh, I thought you meant like.
Oh no. Mike's line one. Let's pop that up there. Best show, you're on the air with Rob Huebel and Paul Scheer. Hello, caller.
Not interested.
No, not into it.
Not into it.
Anyone? Are you there? Oh, there we go. They said goodbye. Best show, you're on the air.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, who's this?
This is Jesse from Las Vegas.
Jesse from Las Vegas. You're on with Paul Scheer and Rob Huebel.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Rob.
Hey.
Hey, Jesse.
Are you going to buy this crash test thing for only $3.99, Jesse?
I already bought it.
Oh,
thanks, man.
Did you watch it?
I've only gotten to watch about 15 minutes of it before Best Show started.
All right. Well,
it's really great.
Thanks. Thank you so much for getting it.
We got preempted by Best Show.
Yeah, see? But you
can watch it whenever you want now because you own it.
Yeah, once he
did the
right thing. He pulled the trigger on. Now, you guys also, you undercut the Louis C.K.'s by $1.01.
Yeah,
so you've thrown down the gauntlet now. It's like you're like the Walmart of these.
Well,
because we are not making any money from this. We just want to get it out there.
Believe me,
we're at a loss at this point.
Believe me.
It's like a loss leader, but there's no other thing you're selling. It's
wait, do we talk to Jesse or?
Oh no, he's still here.
Oh, okay,
don't worry.
Sorry.
He's tolerating this, and then I'll eventually say something to him, and it will be weirdly out of date what he was going to say. But Jesse, what were you going to say? What do you got?
Oh, I have two for the topic, actually.
For this doctor, because we were talking about this doctor last week.
I wanted to bring in a Doctor Who too. I put it on my website. But I'll talk about it Tuesday.
Okay. Who would you want to see? Because look, I'm not a fan of this thing. But I think it should be American, right? Shouldn't it be American?
Well, I do have one American. I have one American and one British.
John Goodman?
No.
What was John Goodman from Flight? That character he did in Flight where he's like, oh, hell, you need a Cocoa Puff, man. Like, cigarette with cocaine in it. So who do you think? Who do you have?
Okay, for the British one, Richard Ayoade.
Okay, that would be good.
It's going serious.
Yeah, that.
And for the American, Burt Young.
Burt Young. Paulie from the Rocky movies?
Yeah.
He was
It
like
would change the whole
100.
dynamic of the show.
Yeah. Yes, it would. It would change the dynamic. He was like 100 when he was on The Sopranos.
He's 75 years young.
Yeah.
Has anyone
Praise
pitched?
him.
Has anyone pitched the kid from Modern Family?
Which one? Luke?
I don't know his. I don't
Manny.
know
Chubby
his,
Manny.
his real
Right.
name.
Rico Rodriguez?
Yeah. How do you know his name?
I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of the double R.
Which one did you see? Rob and I, our turns on Modern Fam.
Have I? I've seen a bunch of episodes. I'm trying to remember. What have I? Who did you do on the Modern Family?
I played a manager at Costco who
Okay.
caught Gloria stealing.
Okay.
Rob, who did you play?
Well, you know what? Before the show, I promised myself I wouldn't go on the show and plug guest spots that I had done.
That's.
So I mean, that's just my.
He said to me, I'm not going to talk about
Sure.
the Goldbergs.
I'm not going to talk
I'm
about
not going to talk about
Curb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother. I mean, these
Yeah.
are all
And I
shows
made the same
that
promise. It's like I'm not going to talk about some of the great roles in Wet Hot American Summer.
Sure. Because you're both in the Wet Hot American Summer prequel.
Yeah, but we're
Yes.
not gonna.
We're not gonna talk about
We're
it.
not
We're
gonna
not gonna sit
plug
here
other
and
projects. We just want to
yeah.
plug Crash Test.
You're
talk
not
about
here.
Adventure Time or anything like that.
Yeah, you're not here to talk
If
about.
Sheer's not going to talk about Meet Dave.
Oh, Meet Dave. I'm not
the
gonna
Eddie
talk about
Murphy.
Meow
Murphy.
TV for Cats by Cats, paid for by Purina.
I'm not going to talk about. I'm
that.
not going to mention that I was in Norbit. I'm not going to mention that I was in What to Expect When You're Expecting.
I can't. I'm not going to talk about School for Scoundrels, Todd Phillips' least successful film.
Yeah, that classroom.
I'm not here
Yeah.
to plug I Love You Man or The Descendants.
Tevin.
Was that classroom the most? Like that classroom was like.
School for Scoundrels?
Yeah, the most. It's like,
that
hey, can we
classroom-
see a thing about anybody who's not sitting down? I mean, anybody who's like not standing up. Can a movie be about like it's like
That classroom across the board is
Yeah.
one of the best because it's John Glazer,
Yeah.
Aziz,
Yeah.
Jim Parsons,
Yeah.
Bazinga, me, Horatio Sands, Matt Walsh. I mean, it's an amazing class
Yeah.
that was not. We weren't even allowed to turn our head in a direction that was not in the script. It was like
Yeah.
no improvisation
Yeah.
at all. Those
Yeah.
big classrooms.
What is the
never
movie?
worked
What is
out.
the movie you're talking about?
School for Scoundrels.
When does that come out?
Oh gosh, you got to figure that
there's
out.
got to be like a 15th anniversary.
Wait, it's
yeah,
already.
thing.
Are you
Yeah.
saying it's already come out?
Well, I'm sure the Draft House is doing a special screening.
Yeah,
It sounds great. What you're describing sounds great. When does it come out?
it's a movie with all those guys in it.
I remember that I couldn't go to the premiere, and my wife went to the premiere, and I was like, "Wait, what did you think?" And she's like, "It was terrible."
couldn't
Like
even like.
And I was like, "Oh," and I felt so crushed by it, but. That has started our relationship as just brutally honest at every given point.
Well, that's good though because it's not like you wrote it. It's not like
Exactly.
you're just
Right.
like my masterpiece, School for Scoundrels. Please, like you didn't like it? Didn't you see me sitting in the back of that classroom in it?
I
by
put
the
Jello
way-
in an old man's face.
By the way, right after that, he was like, "Oh, how about The Hangover? How about Hangover 2?
Yeah,
how about Hangover 2?
every
Yeah.
So who's laughing?
You know who's laughing is anybody who bought Crash Test today.
Good man. This is
went?
why you're in the biz.
Yeah, that's why.
You bring it back around.
But it ends once Lauren gives me that thumbs up.
You're
this
out.
ends.
So you're gonna go on. And
the
you're
whole
gonna
studio
do-
is shuttered.
Yeah, yeah.
It's mostly Tony Danza impressions that you're gonna do on
I
SNL.
got a few up my sleeve.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Like
my-
besides Tony, who's your main one? Like of all the
Isabel
impressions
Sanford.
from Sanford and Son.
No, from the Jeffersons. Not from Sanford and Son.
Was
We're talking
Isabel
about
Sanford
shows.
related to Sanford and Son? Like, my parents would not let me watch Sanford and Son.
That's racist. That's racist.
But I wonder if, like, in the TV world, if they were related. I wonder if Isabel Sanford.
No, they weren't.
No.
That was
No.
the Jeffersons was part of the All in the Family universe.
Right,
If you
okay.
trace it all the way back, George Jefferson had a few.
He was in a couple episodes with
He went head to
Archie.
head with Archie.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, let's give this dude his own show where he gets his dry cleaning business takes off. And
We'll put that British guy next door and you'll walk on his back because his back is always going out.
yes, when he was on Mr. Bentley's back. You ever read about Sherman Hemsley, the guy who played George Jefferson, was like a huge
rapist.
Close.
No, he would like roofie people.
No, he was a
what were you
huge
gonna say?
prog rock fan. And
Wait,
he would like,
what?
Yeah, and he would like fly. He would fly. There was this band Gong, and he would like fly the main guy from England to L.A. and like drive him around in like his limo. He's just like, he had so much money, and he was just like this prog rock enthusiast. And there's articles about it. If you type in Sherman Hemsley,
oh my gosh,
I think one of the next things that comes up is Prague.
That's great.
And he was just like, now I can't look at him ever without thinking of him just being like, look, this Jefferson's thing is a total crock. I can't wait to get off this set and start cranking my Emerson, Lake and Palmer albums.
Did he play prog rock or just a fan of it?
I don't think he played it. I think he was
just a fan, purely a fan,
and was had money to burn now to just do whatever he wanted with.
Can I make that the end of tour movie? Can I make a movie like that with where it's like Jesse Eisenberg and Jason Segel as Sherman Hemsley and the guy from Gong?
Could you imagine that movie? It would be, yeah. That would be
well, but I mean, think about it though.
Yeah. If
you were on a show like that, and I don't know what people made on,
I imagine
sitcoms
back then they made a lot of money, right?
You think it was a lot? I'm not sure.
Well, could you imagine being George Jefferson back when 27 million people watched this?
Yeah. But I just don't know if those. I don't know if people got paid what they get paid. But what I was going to say was, if you were on Big Bang or something like that, and you just had all that money, and you could just throw it at something like that, some side interest of yours. I mean, what would you throw it at?
Me right now?
Yeah, but not like your family or your son's education or any stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
I mean, if you just had a passion, I'm gonna, I can fly in this prog rock band or whatever what sort of indulgence would you give yourself?
I think I know what you would do.
Yeah, tell me.
You would hunt humans.
Ooh.
I mean, you seem like you'd have played the most dangerous game.
That's a good one.
To me, and
but
that's
it would
well.
be
I guess
what of MASH.
What
you'd
you
hunt
should
the
say.
Cast of MASH.
What you would say. I think the tweak of it is
get hot lips on the run.
High quality humans. I'm doing it right now with a lot of hobos.
Yeah.
Skid Row in L.A. is overrun, so I do it then. So I would some people that are a little bit higher class humans.
Yeah. Okay.
TV show casts.
Yeah, what if you just reunited casts? Everybody, this is the Cheers reunion. It's a little different, though. That guy from Fresh Off the Boat is going to hunt you. You guys you have 60 seconds to run.
Mitch from Fresh Off the Boat. He's going to out with a crossbow.
He's on the back of a Jeep with a machine gun.
Rambo 4 style.
You guys really better run, because he's going to actually start shooting you guys. You're in the jungle. What are we doing here in the jungle? Why is the Cheers reunion in the jungle?
Run!
Yeah.
I am obsessed with, there's a couple people online that do these Star Trek shows. So they basically have recreated the old set, not the new ones like the 1960s set. And they guess they pay the old actors enough money to come in and shoot episodes. So you'll have them all acting normal, you have to bring in Chekhov. Yeah. And then they beam in, 80-year-old.
Wow.
And, Walter Koenig. And he just sits there and does these lines for, I guess they pay him $20,000 or whatever. But you can buy these episodes.
And he's got the check in his hand during the,
The guy who played Tuvok on Voyager has his own spin-off show that's not affiliated with anything. He's just taking that character of Tuvok and making web series with that character.
Just waiting for that. He just knows he's going to get shut down at some point. It's just
they're gonna.
He just goes to check his mail in the morning. He sees an envelope.
Cease and desist.
He just knows it's why else would Paramount be sending me a thing? He's just like, well, here we go. It's over. Oh. All right, tear the set down. The experiment has ended.
Remember that time, Scheer, when one time Paul and I went to this. Trade show. It was like a horror convention. It was here in New York.
New Jersey.
Yeah, that's right. And It was along the lines of Comic-Con, but it was for horror.
And it was in a hotel.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty bleak. I mean, it's pretty. You can imagine the
Kane Hodder was the highlight.
Yeah, so we were walking around, and Kane Hodder, as you know, he was the guy that played Jason. He was a stunt
Derek Mears.
Yeah, he was a stunt man.
Okay,
and, he played Jason, under the mask and everything. But anyway, we saw he had a little autograph signing set up, and one of the bleakest things I've ever seen in the entertainment world. There was a little kid at this convention with his mom, and he was walking around, and he was dressed as Jason, and he had on the overalls and the hockey mask, and the kid was probably like 3 or 4. I mean, a little kid, but had somehow become infatuated with the idea of Jason, from Friday the 13th, like murderer. And so Kane Hodder, the actor, the superstar, is there.
Yeah.
And so the little kid sees him, and he wants to go up and get his autograph. And so he walks up to the booth with his mom, and he's a little bit scared. And his mom's like, go on. So he walks up to Kane Hodder, who's played this famous murderer, maniac.
Yeah.
And Kane Hodder says to the little boy, looks at the little boy, who's dressed just like him in his little adorable Jason hockey mask, and he goes, $20. $20. And the little kid, he didn't know he had to pay $20 to get Kane Hodder's autograph.
The story that goes hand in hand with that is Lou Ferrigno. Remember Lou Ferrigno from Comic-Con? Lou Ferrigno is hearing impaired.
Yes.
And
he's a dear friend of mine from I Love You Man.
Yes. Okay, so
he's not listening to this.
Should we not tell his story? Should we?
No. I'm just telling you, he's not listening.
Okay, so he is hearing impaired. To what level?
But that's not why he's not listening to this. He chooses to not listen to this, not because he's hearing
broadcasted,
impaired. Not because he's hearing impaired.
I'm glad you clarified.
He just doesn't want to listen to this.
He's not a
has nothing to do with his hearing.
He is very terrestrial radio based. He loves terrestrial.
He's not going to listen to this.
It's just a straight up quality issue. Is why he's not listening to it.
So we were at Comic-Con with him.
Yeah.
And he, I think, relies on the hearing impaired thing to not have conversations with a lot of people.
Okay.
And then we saw this guy walk over. Do you remember how it all went down? This guy walked over. He's like, Lou, I love you, man. You're the best. Can I get a handshake? And he goes, $20. And it was like, in that moment, the guy just got like it was all business. There was no joy in him at all. Just like $20.
Wow, just like
I don't do a hurtful impression of Lou Ferrigno when I tell the story. I don't do a hurtful impression of.
Now, is this the kind of stuff we get with this crash test special? It's just like
he's such a pro. He's such a pro.
Like people with impairments.
No,
it's like,
no. It's smarter than that. It's you would appreciate the writing, the acting, the direction. We shot
Lance
it all.
Bangs directed it. Famous documentary.
Sure,
we shot it all in one night. We already mentioned. I don't have to convince you. I mean, it's Aziz Ansari, who you love.
That's all I.
Tom and Ben.
We had you at Aziz.
Natasha Leggero,
Jack McBrayer,
Rob Corddry, Jack McBrayer, Aubrey Plaza, Earl Sweatshirt, Seth Morris, Andy Daly. I mean, what names do you want to hear?
Al Roker. I wish Al Roker.
Well, we should get into that.
We were on the Today Show.
You were on the Today Show, and
it didn't go well.
You were in the 9 o'clock hour.
9 o'clock hour. Is
that
a bad hour?
What does that mean? The way you said that is a bit of a slight.
It's the transitional hour between the Lauer, Savannah.
So it's like the sub
to the Kathy Lee.
I see.
Well, it's like it's usually Willie Geist is usually holding it down.
Yeah.
And
I have done many a segment with a Willie Geist and Al Roker at a very tall table.
Okay.
So they were very into Rob and I doing a bit, and they kept on saying can we do some improv with you? Let's do some improv with you.
And you know, Tom, that that's not going to go over on television.
Every time I've done an improv game, it's terrible.
Yeah. No one, I'm not, who are some improv superstars?
Wayne Brady.
I'm not, who else?
Colin Mockery.
Who else? I'm
Drew
not,
Carey.
who else?
Greg,
Wayne Brady,
Greg
Proops. Great. Who else? I mean, I'm not. Who else?
Well, now
Wayne Brady.
Now we're in the bottom of the
no,
barrel.
I mean, I'm not.
Short form improv
I'm
world.
not. Who else?
Colin Mockery.
I'm not Colin Mockery. No, I'm not. Drew Carey.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to do a
we
bit.
didn't want to do a bit like that.
We were
didn't
pretty
want to talk
adamant.
about improv
because it's not going to work.
No. Everyone improvises all the time. You're improvising right now.
We're also not on there to promote any. Like we're not promoting this as an improv special.
Yeah.
This is more like a UCB show. It's a bit show.
It's stand-up.
We have an idea, but we're following it.
It's
we're
an
having
insane ride across Los Angeles. And so they said to us, well, what if we did this thing? You guys did. We happened to pull off a little bit that's sort of an old bit, but like we took someone from the audience in our show on the bus.
Put an earbud in.
We put an earbud in them, and we put them out on Hollywood and Highland, which is where all the weirdos are.
Sure.
And we just told them weird things to say to people.
This guy that we got was fearless, and he would go up to women and be like, "Can I smell your hair?"
Yeah.
And we kept trying to give him back massages. And
he would go up to like an older couple, and he would go, "Mom, Dad, can I come home?" And just anything that we told him to say.
And so
they said, we want Al Roker to do the same bit.
Yeah, which is not gonna.
No.
And but now I will admit my fault here. And I was like to Rob, this is going to work. It's going to be great. Al Roker's going to play along. I
said, why don't we just flirt with Natalie and Taryn?
Cameron.
Because Rob is now saying, look, have you been under the direction of Alexander Payne, Paul?
Exactly.
I haven't.
Right.
I've worked with a lot of great people. I've never worked with Alexander
That's
Payne.
right. I pulled up my IMDb.
It started.
And again, I'm not here to plug Norbit.
No.
What to expect when you're expecting.
I do like the idea that the two of you were in two of Eddie Murphy's most...
The lesser,
Norbit
received.
And
Meet Dave.
Yeah.
I was in it. I signed on to a movie called Starship Dave, and I still
that's
believe
what
in
it
that
was.
script.
That's what
I
it
still
was.
believe in that
But
script.
did it become Meet Dave? Where did I get that?
It became Meet Dave. But I believed in the script that I signed on to. I was bamboozled.
Yeah.
I was
That's
cut out.
an Eddie Murphy movie, I think. Bamboozled.
No, when they say
that's a Spike Lee movie.
Oh, yeah.
When they say Meet Dave, is that because he was the only paying customer for the thing? Was a guy named Dave, the only one who bought a ticket?
Oh, that Meet Dave movie. I've never seen it.
So just to finish up on Al Roker, so the end of that story.
You're going to get Al Roker to participate in this bit.
And I believe
So
me,
they said-
I have stumping. I said to Rob, this is going to work. We'll put an earbud in his ear, and we'll feed him funny lines. We'll pretend like the cameras are off.
Yeah.
He'll interact with that crowd outside there. It'll be great.
Everybody at the Today Show said Al Roker will hit this out of the park. He's funny. He's going to go out there to the crowd. He's going to do the bit. He's going to do exactly what you want.
They came down to talk to us before we went on, and they were so relaxed. I was like, well, this is a kind of a different bit for you guys. We have an earwig. We have cameras being set up. We got it. We got it. Al's into it. We got it.
And Paul convinced me. Paul said the Today Show is the new home for morning comedy.
I said to him, I go save the podcast for Mark Maron, or the President Barack Obama going on Mark Maron. I was like, comedy is alive and well on Today's Show.
The 9 o'clock hour.
So
yes, we followed Ben Kingsley, who was doing
comedian
stuff.
Ben Kingsley. We followed comedian Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, he's doing first word, last word. Ben Kingsley's out
and
there.
We did our interview A, B, C, where we just.
So the Al Roker thing, he goes out there, to the people in Rockefeller Center. And we start
We
start telling him, weird, random things to say to people.
But
and he shuts down.
But Al doesn't.
He just shook it off.
He shook it off. Now he was agreeing to play along with us, and so Rob fed him a line. He's like, Al, tell him the Doppler broke down, and you need somebody to quickly tell you the weather.
Just make up some weather info. Hurry, I'm going to air. Hurry, anything.
He presents this information, and you can watch this all online too. Like this. I'll do Al Roker doing it to the person. Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm a big fan of the Today Show.
The Doppler. We had an accident with the Doppler, and it's kind of what's the weather like? So drawn out, so long, and then the person's like, "Oh, it was kind of rainy."
It looks like it rained earlier, so it'll probably. It seems like it's going to rain again, and then.
Okay. Hey, guess what?
What's that, Al?
That was an experiment.
What do you mean?
You were on TV.
Oh, I didn't even think I was on TV.
In the meantime, you're saying...
I'm pitching another line, like, blow on me because I'm hot out here. Fan me down.
The point is that...
And he just immediately starts to go, that was an experiment.
Yeah.
You were on TV. An experiment?
Yeah.
It was an experiment.
So Roker sold both of you out.
He sold us. He threw us under the bus.
That was not...
He threw us under our own bus.
That was like a groundling's move.
He gives zero Fs. That's what Roker gives. Zero.
He does
Fs.
not get into the... That's not a yes and from Roker.
But I don't even understand. The only thing I'm happy about is that only he looks bad, really.
Praise him.
Because like we were like, Rob and I were so adamant about not looking like idiots on the Today Show, but at least he looked like an idiot because he...
The fact that we're talking about the Today, it infuriates me. Like my blood is... Why are we even talking about this?
Roker gotcha. Roker.
What was your when you watched it? What was going through your mind?
First of all, why would
First
you?
of all,
why had you watched?
But also,
that?
they were like the interview was
To make
terrible.
fun of us.
Well, I can explain this.
to make fun of us.
Why did I watch it?
Because you hoped it would implode on
No.
itself.
Why did I watch it? Well, Mike came in,
Mike is
gleeful vampire that he is, and he's like, "Oh, you have Rob and Paul are going to be here. You have to watch this Today Show.
You got to
thing."
see what just happened.
He's like, Al Roker totally screwed these guys on TV and sold them out just with the gleeful the Schadenfreude that he lives off of.
I agree.
Which is his oxygen, is other people's
Well, you can breathe for days.
inconvenience. So Roker, but he just and he lifelessly.
Lifeless, right?
You're like,
I mean,
raise your hand if you can hear us, and he just goes his hand just goes up, blah, blah, like he was already just barely raising it to say, I don't want to be doing this. So you know that someone said, oh, he's totally into it.
Yes.
That was just the lying that goes on with things.
That's what I feel like. I feel like no one communicated anything to anyone. And even our segment producer who walked us through the segment was like, walked out and was like, that was great.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh yeah,
what?
yeah.
What just happened?
Yeah,
Did
when
you
we
see-
left,
were you there too?
I jokingly said, "What are we going to wear to the Emmys?" And they were like, "I don't know. What are we going to wear?" Like they were not convinced that I was joking.
They're like, we got to keep on going. But what your description of him, lifeless. He was lifeless. It was the most sedated prank.
By the way, does he listen? Is he a fan of the show?
How many times have you had the Roke Man?
I've seen.
You want the Roakster?
He
Do you
does
want the
not-
Roakster?
He
We
does
can
not
get him.
listen. He does not listen. I saw him once host the Edgar Awards, which are the mystery awards that I would have to attend because I worked on a TV show.
Which one, Monk?
I worked on Monk, so we would have to go to this thing, and Al Roker.
Does he
hosted.
still have OCD?
Monk?
Yeah.
The
character.
I'm assuming
Monk.
he's dead.
Not Tony
now.
Shalhoub,
I'm assuming
the character.
show-
Wait, he
show's
died
over,
of a
so I'm
season?
assuming he died of natural causes. by now.
No.
Just on just a side thing. It's like he didn't get killed by a villain. He just died.
His Moriarty.
Yeah, he just dropped dead. So he hosted this thing, and he was he might as well have been running the numbers of how much he was getting paid per minute for being there, just because he was barely engaged. And then he threw at one point to audio from Angela Lansbury, who was not video. It's they couldn't just shoot her in a thing where she's
Just audio?
They just played audio where she's like, hello, everyone. I'm so sorry I could not be here tonight. This is one of the greatest mysteries or one of the best. It was just so off the top of her. It was and then the greatest thing is at this award show, they wheel out into after everybody's winning their things and it's endless. In the lobby, they give free mystery books. The publishers provide free mystery books. So halfway through this thing, as soon as people find out the books are out there for free, they just yeah, I didn't win anything. Yeah, I'm going to just grab as many books as I can carry out of this dumb hotel. So you just see people walking through Midtown holding just armfuls of just free
books.
Myself included. I had 4 copies of that Manhunt, the thing to hunt down the guy who shot Lincoln. I was just I'll give. I know people want these. I'm just going to grab a whole stack of these.
But don't you feel like the Today Show in general is just they're checked out? Yeah. They're it's sort of we got to do this every day. Why is he so
Lauer,
checked out?
Checked out.
You'll notice, Tom, that I'm not coming in quite as hard as Paul is.
I'm really coming in hard tonight.
But the reason is, in all full disclosure, because I have an audition for Monday for the Today Show.
Monday's a busy day in the audition.
I mean, you and I both, we're getting all these auditions. And Paul, I don't know.
I don't know why you guys. I'm going to be on the new GMA cast. Good Morning America is back.
Strahan.
That's a backstabbing move. Yeah. That it'll be
me. Linda Ellerby is back. We're bringing back Linda Ellerby.
Linda Ellerby's back, great. Yeah,
and that guy Charles.
Yeah, Roker threw us under the bus, and I'll say this: if he is listening, if you want to fight us, man. Yeah.
But by the way,
no, Paul.
All right,
for real. If you want to fight us, you come to our hotel. We're in town for 2 more days. Yeah. I live in Los Angeles, California, so
meet us at our hotel.
I'm better than you.
Would you
meet us at our hotel? I can't say where it is on the air.
The Gainsvort.
It's the Gainsvort.
This is what I see.
You come to the Gainsvort.
Crash Test 2.
Roker.
You just run them down.
Oh man!
Right, the two of you in the bus. You drive right into the plaza. There he is. Right? Maybe there's a concert.
With
maybe
his little hat. He's wearing
Kenny
like his
Chesney
little
concert.
Funky. Yeah. And we just get him.
Yeah.
But by the way,
his little hat.
His hat.
Makes it sound like
he's
it's a propeller hat on his head.
Inspector Gadget hat that he's wearing.
No, yeah, he was dressed like he was like Casablanca.
I feel like he didn't even want to go out. Today has been such a muggy, disgusting New York day. He didn't want to even go outside.
Yeah. Hey, Al, you're going to go out onto the plaza again. You're not done yet. You go out on the plaza for this comedy routine. He's just like,
we did.
Because I got a Zumba class at 10.
I need that. Like, I want that as like a loop. We did a little experiment, and you were on TV. Yeah. The worst reveal.
Are we coming off? Because I don't have any. I never have any sense of how we're coming across
right now.
Are we? Yeah. Are we coming across?
I mean, we're not bringing the Jack Black F-bomb.
Are we being jerks? Are we being dummies, dum-dums?
I would say. Well, why don't we ask the guy who's been on the line for 55 minutes? How are they coming off, Jesse?
No, Jesse's not still on.
Yeah, he is.
Wait a second.
Yes.
That's a world's record. No one has held on.
He's done it so good.
That might be a world record for any phone call.
He's driving across the country.
Jesse?
Yes.
How are our Paul?
Do we seem like, Jesse, like we're being jerks or we're being bitter about what happened to us on the Today Show?
No, not at all. Not at all. And I hope you do well in your audition, Rob. I think you should take Willie Geist's role.
Yeah. You know what's
Geist.
Up. Thank you.
Yes. Look out, Geist. Here comes Rob Huebel to take your gig.
Shout out to Jesse, man. I know you don't
Love
give a lot of
Jesse.
shout outs on the show.
I'm going
to hang up on him?
Yeah. I'm going to move you along, Jesse. Thanks so much.
Okay.
55 minutes and then just cast aside.
Yes. So how did you guys, I'm trying to think the first time I saw you, I guess the wrestling, remember that wrestling show?
That was Rob's show, yeah. It was called
Pile Driver?
Pile Driver.
Right?
Oh, man.
That would probably have been the first time.
You came to that?
I did come to that. I went to it a bunch. And I think, Paul, the first time I saw you at the UCB Theater, you were probably doing...
Real World?
I think you were probably doing a thing where you were like a kid's, like an animal host.
Oh, wait, that special delivery,
like
the British show? Yeah.
That would be the first thing
These
I saw you do.
Classic comedy shows.
Yeah.
I remember being intimidated by you, Tom, because you would sit at the end of a bar, and you would look intimidating, and we always knew that this is like a
I didn't know
big
who you
time
were.
guy.
I didn't know who you were for a long time. I knew that I was
too afraid to approach.
That's the monk guy.
That guy who's not talking to anybody because he's
down at the end of the bar.
The only person doesn't know how to do improv here.
It was scary. It was scary.
Outlier.
It was scary because you'd sit down there with like your other friends from the show, and you were one of those guys. That guy's got a real job. We didn't have jobs.
Well, that has changed. Now I'm the guy building this thing.
This network.
What are the shows on the network?
Garbage cans.
What are the new shows on the FOT network?
It's going to be AP Mike. It's Real Talk with AP Mike.
I like it.
It'll be him just kind of laying it out.
Like being real?
Just being real. Just we're
shooting straight.
He's not no punches pulled on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not one of these showbiz phonies.
You're right.
He's the salt of the earth he's from Bayonne.
Yeah.
He's no reason to put on airs.
So he's gonna shoot from the hip.
Just like Rob, you don't know Mike as well as a lot of people. Paul knows him, but it's like Mike works at a bar called Masses. It's like you know what an old man bar is, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of like it's not like the Turkey's Nest out in Williamsburg where it's this cool bar and stuff. It's like this is a bar where you go to this place. It's like
because you need to go there.
Yeah, this is a place where
you need your medicine.
You need your medicine.
We have a bar near like that at our house.
It's old guys that tell
a bar
their
that
wives,
opens at 10 a.m. and people are lined up ready.
It's
to
old
get
guys
in there.
that tell their wives like I have to work till I got to work late. I'm working late.
Yes, exactly. That's the kind of and Mike. Well, how do you see a movie, Rob? When you want to see, say,
well, name a movie like
when you
Norbit,
say you want to see, say you want
like
to
The
see,
Descendants. I mean, name any movie. What to expect?
Say you want to see Birdman.
Yeah.
How would you watch Birdman?
You mean in what format would I watch it?
Just like what would you do to have seen that movie?
Well, I saw that movie in the theater. At the ArcLight. Yeah.
Well, what Mike does is he generally buys a copy of it from someone in the parking lot of a Walgreens, and then he also sells the movies to other people. Like he flips them.
Yeah.
So he watches a bootleg and then he flips the bootleg.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the profit margin on that, he's taking a loss on that.
Well, the profit margin is one free viewing of the movie.
By the way, I can't think of a better movie than Birdman to watch a bootleg version of it.
Yeah.
Really, you don't miss anything.
It's
the
all
sound design,
the
visuals.
Exactly. That one long shot, you don't. Yeah, when it's
you want to watch it kind of blurry.
Yeah, from an iPhone 4.
Yeah.
It's exactly how they all envisioned it being seen.
That's how they wanted it.
Yeah. Well, you got half the screen, and it's kind of moving around a bunch to make sure you can see everything.
It's like a pan and scan.
So he works at an old man bar.
Yeah. He does a bunch of different things. But now he's entered this phase in his life. He started recording these songs. He's got, like, songs he's putting out. And then now he wrote a children's book that he got Harry Morgan's son to do the narration on.
Who's Harry Morgan?
Harry Morgan, Colonel Potter from MASH.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
When you said Harry Morgan, I thought of the credits from MASH. I really did.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, certainly it's not affiliated with the MASH TV show.
Oh, no,
because that wouldn't be that big of a score.
No. The circles he runs in now.
Okay.
It's really.
Yeah.
There's no one else doing it. I tell you, he's like the Prince of Bayonne now, right, Mike? Because there's a guy.
Well, Captain and Prince are two different.
There's a guy in Bayonne called this is. If you've never been to Bayonne, this city, there's a guy who runs around in an actual superhero costume. Like
Wait,
just running,
really?
Yeah, like running around the streets to encourage physical fitness, and he calls himself Captain Bayonne. And Mike hates this guy so much.
Yeah, you would have to hate that guy. I mean,
so Mike has his own superhero costume to rival him. It's a don't look. This is like that red pill, blue pill moment right now, Rob. It's like if you take the one, you're all in, and next thing you'll know, you're telling your representation. It's just like you can reach me at this 201 number now in Bayonne. I'm in all the way. I'm living with Mike.
So Mike's doing a show.
Mike's got a show on the network.
Who else?
We'll probably bring.
Who else are you trying to scoop in here? I mean, look, obviously, I know a lot about podcasting.
We'll probably
Wolf Pop. We just sold to Scripps.
Paul, do you have any podcasting tips? I mean,
I'll probably poach something from your network.
Yeah,
like who's got a show on there?
Leonard Maltin.
Nah, you can have that one. That's all yours.
You want to take?
Randy Newman.
I don't want to say anybody's name because we'll come across
Randy Newman.
Randy Newman, the
Randy Newman
movie composer, has a podcast where he talks about what
Snacks.
he was thinking about.
when he
talks about snacks that he eats while he's composing.
He's writing
Cheerios
the
are
Toy
good.
Story music.
You got a friend in me. Hey, everybody.
Let me think what I would take. I'd probably go after. I don't know. Maybe make it. Maybe I guess the move to make would be to split up. How did this get made? Like kind of drive a rift between that and just take out the big. It's like going to prison and fighting the biggest guy in the yard the first day you're in there.
You're gonna take June and make her do her own podcast about animal rights.
We'll just wedge something in there that makes it so that your show.
I want June to be doing a show in New Jersey weekly.
Because then the air goes out of the whole network. Then.
100%.
Next thing you know, you got
June's the lifeblood of that show,
and you got the Scott Aukerman screaming at you because the whole network's in a free fall because the tent pole got cut down. Next thing he's just like. It's Leonard Maltin now sliding in. It's you and Leonard Maltin doing How Did This Get Made? And it's like then the cracks start to show.
That's it. Look! If you make us an offer, we'll come over to the Friends of Tom Net. What would you call the network?
I wouldn't want my name. That upsets me when people's names are in things too much. It's you know what I mean? Because it's like Yeah, I would not.
Give me an example. I don't get what you mean. What do you give me an example
like
of a show
Spike Lee and Spike.
Like Spike Lee, when he started the Spike Network. What's Kevin Smith thing? Isn't his name
Smodcast?
Like his name is in the thing, and that just like makes me uncomfortable. Just like
Rogan probably has Rogan Net or something like that. And
exactly.
Corolla's got Corolla Net.
Or his thing is like. That like it's like audio creatine, the Joe Rogan show. It's like listening. It's like what would creatine sound like if it talked?
What is creatine?
It's like a protein, muscle protein.
Yeah, it's like if creatine could talk.
Oh, is that the?
It's like what Mark McGwire was doing when he was on his home run streak.
When I first moved to L.A., this is a Mark McGwire story.
Mm-hmm. You have a Mark McGwire story?
Doesn't everybody? When I first moved to L.A., I was just getting used to driving around L.A. You know, there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of merging. And I was in Hollywood, which is where I live. I live in Hollywood.
Okay.
It's HOLLYWOOD.
Sure. Just read the sign, right?
Yeah.
Lipstick City, man.
And so I looked, and Mark McGrath was trying to sneak in front of me in traffic.
Yeah.
He was trying to come out of a gas station and kind of like very rudely trying to cut in front of me. And he rolled down his window and flashed me like $1 million smile and like a point. Like he pointed at me
finger guns.
Like finger guns. So for the audience at home right now, I'm doing finger guns.
Yeah.
And I gave him the finger. I gave him literally
the one finger.
Am I allowed to say that on the show?
Sure, you can say the finger.
Praise him, the finger.
The finger.
Yeah, so I gave Mark McGrath the finger. I was like, no, you're not cutting in front of me.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Is that Mark McGrath or Mark McGuire?
Oh, I'm talking about.
You're talking about the guy from
Sugar Ray?
Yeah, who are you guys talking about?
The guy from
Mark McGwire, the baseball player.
Yeah.
How did I get off on Mark McGrath? Why didn't someone take me back?
I wasn't sure. We were halfway into it, and suddenly I'm like...
When I heard $1 million smile, I was like, well, that's not Mark McGwire.
No, that's...
Let's take some calls. Maybe...
Why
didn't anyone stop me?
I'm going to take a call, and then I'm going to play a record and cool down here. Best Show, you're on the air.
Hello.
Who's this?
This is JWC, Wes Coleman from Austin, Texas.
All right. What's going on in Texas tonight?
Drinking a little Mexican beer, hanging out with my buddy.
We had a premiere of Crash Test last night in Austin.
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yeah.
You were at the premiere of Crash Test last night?
No, it was not.
No.
Yeah.
The Crash Test Dummy Show?
He said yes, but he meant no.
Yeah.
You heard it clearly.
That's how the Crash Test Dummies.
Yeah, that's how talking works. So, what's up, buddy?
I'm going to say thanks for playing my music. This is John Wesley Coleman.
Hey, how are you?
Texas.
It's good to hear from you. You're one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's good. Hey, I love the show. I was at a barbecue earlier, and my friend said that his buddy from the Cynics calls here lately, and I heard him play on the that show. And then I was hanging out with Orville from Obie and Threes yesterday, and it's kind of a coincidence that I'm listening to your show and I'm hearing like all these
played them tonight.
Really rad bands.
Played your record last week.
Yeah, someone told me that, and they're like, "You should call him." I was like, "All right."
All right. Well, look, I'm going to email you properly. We're going to set up a proper phone call here, not where you're eating the table scraps.
Well, I'm taking a picture of an Oreo on top of a Macintosh laptop. Mm-hmm. And if you ever taken a picture of an Oreo on a Mac,
no, let's set this up correctly.
It's pretty good.
JWC3.
Yeah, all right, buddy. Absolutely.
Okay, bye.
That's a great stereotypical call from Austin, Texas. Yeah, I'm at a barbecue right now. And
taking a picture of an Oreo cookie. Best show, you're on the air.
Hey, guys, it's Jefferson from Texas.
Another Texas call. What's up, Jefferson?
I had some quick ones for the topic.
All right. Well, do you have anything to say to Paul Scheer and or Rob Huebel?
Oh, yeah. A Human Giant is now I'm just flustered. I don't know what to say now. Human Giant was incredible. Paul Scheer, your comic books are fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
You're the only person that's ever made me like Deadpool ever.
Oh,
so
nice.
That's nice.
Wow, what a cool call.
Rob Huebel, you're hilarious on Children's Hospital as well.
Which falls outside of the zone of guest. You're not going to, because you weren't going to mention the guest appearances.
Well, he's not a guest on that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That actually.
But to this guy's credit, he's being nice.
Yeah, this guy's a good guy. So what do you got, Jefferson?
I have Michael K. kind of stole my my setup.
Yeah.
I have a British person and an American.
Okay, who do you think?
British person, Jessica Hines from Spaced, I think would make a tremendous doctor.
All right.
That's good. For an American, I think Sam Rockwell would make an incredible doctor.
I can see that, right? Sam Rockwell?
I like Sam.
It's a pretty good idea.
I mean, I also suggested somebody, and I feel like it's worthy of talking about.
Yes.
Harry Shearer. Harry Shearer, because think of the doctor just having all these fun voices and being a real fun guy, really getting in the mix.
He wants to do different projects. He's always said.
I mean, now that the Simpsons thing, he's kind of worked it out. Mm-hmm. I know that he looks good in a cloak.
Yes. I'm going to recuse myself on that. All right, I'm hanging up on that guy. I'm going to this. Best show, you're on the air.
Hi, Tom. I got two for the topic.
What do you got?
This is Alex from Oklahoma City, by the way. I got, if it's British, David Mitchell.
Okay.
Just like a doctor who is not having a good time and who hates adventures.
That's a dude from Peep Show.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
If it's American, I would say Amy Poehler, just because she's got that bubbliness, that fun, but also a capacity for infinite rage.
What about John Cameron Mitchell as Hedwig, as Dr.
I would say, he's got the whimsy down.
He's definitely got the whimsy. Got the anger.
Mm-hmm. Got better pants than any doctor's ever had.
I love it. That's good. You're on your game down there in Oklahoma City.
Well,
okay.
It
never gets tired.
Have you talked about the guy who played Walt's brother in Breaking Bad as maybe the new doctor? Hank?
Yeah. Dean Norris?
Dean Norris, maybe.
Dean Norris would be a pretty good Doctor Who.
What about the kid who plays Walt Jr.?
R.J. Mite?
Yeah.
As Doctor Who? Yeah. I would watch that.
Great.
I'm ready to crack the franchise open. I think it's time to shake it up.
I've never watched Doctor Who. People tell me it's so good.
You don't watch the show?
No, people say watch the one where they're like mannequins attacking.
It's too late. If you're not into it now, you can't suddenly get into that. The ship sailed. Good old-fashioned entertainment.
Praise him.
What's the praise him. What is the most what is the most kid-friendly thing you guys have done?
Paul's done kid shows.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Okay.
Would be. I did a live stage show, Yo Gabba Gabba, which is the closest thing I've ever been to as far as a rave, but for 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
They shoot confetti and shoot lights, and these kids run down to the front of the stage, and they go bonkers.
Yeah, they're losing it.
Yeah, I went to Atlanta and did a live show with Yo Gabba Gabba. It was pretty amazing.
And were these kids like, that's the guy from Human Giant?
At that point, they were more fans of School for Scoundrels, just because they're more they like the alt comedy kind of stuff.
Yeah, were these kids like
Billy Bob fans? And
they're like Piranha
Peter
3
fans.
Double D.
Yeah, these kids. Yeah, they're like, why didn't they do more with the students in School for Scoundrels?
Why didn't they let them improvise? They should have let them improvise.
Yeah.
The secret of all those movies was improvisation.
Yeah, because I mean, really, who? Look, I'm going to play devil's advocate and say, I think Billy Bob Thornton is one of our strongest improvisers when it just comes to just pure improv.
Like, here's what I'll say. Like, Daniel
you gonna eat them potatoes?
I will tell you the one thing that they were obsessed about doing on that movie was having Napoleon meet Sling Blade. And there was can we get the cameras on you guys we'll put this in the DVD, Napoleon and Sling Blade together.
Yeah.
And I watched that happen numerous times.
Shut up. It's just like he's like, what do these two guys have? What are their things in common? It's like neither of them want to do these characters anymore. I can't believe that Billy Bob Thornton was that guy at any point. It's so hard to think of him as a guy where you didn't know what his deal like. Who's this mystery man? And then now it's just like, nah, it's Billy Bob Thornton. It's just like we have.
But he really did transform for that. You know, his head was enlarged. He had his head enlarged.
He pushed that jaw out. His jaw went out. He had an inhuman skull.
Yeah, and then he was like.
And he did that kind of work on School for Scoundrels, too. He pulled his jaw in just slightly. It looked like a normal face, but it was just, if you look at it, a little
During
bit.
all the taser scenes, like, because he had to get ready for the scene where they all tasered each other.
Yeah, the
4
paintball.
times.
When does School for Scoundrels come out?
Soon. I got to check the IMDb, the movie. That's the Internet Movie Database.
It's going to be pretty. It's at the Cinerama Dome. It's
that's a premiere, yeah.
It's playing. Great. It's playing behind Mission Impossible.
Oh,
Rogue Nation. They just play it like.
Did I tell you?
You
also,
go to the other side of the screen.
You can see
School for Scoundrels is playing. You walk behind.
Movie theaters do that now. They show movies on either side
like
of the screen.
Movie posters have it on both sides,
just to
called the
save
flip
money.
side.
Oh,
yeah.
That's smart.
Hey, welcome to the Cinerama
These
Dome.
studios, man.
Yeah.
They know.
Mission Impossible Rogue Nation is 2 hours and 5 minutes. But if you'd like to go behind the screen, you can watch School for Scoundrels.
And on the flip side tonight, we have School for Scoundrels.
84 minutes.
Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about it. It's Todd Phillips.
Jacinda Barrett from The Real World. And of course, John Hader.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done any kid shows.
You haven't?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't have kids, so.
Well, I didn't have kids when I did Yo Gabba Gabba.
So it was. I mean, that was inappropriate. Then you shouldn't have done the show. Why would you do it?
Yeah, you should have been flagged before they even let you in the building. Like, you can't go.
Why would a person without kids do that? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Well, to me, it's all about,
I mean,
my whole thing is about cultivating the audience,
cultivating
the next gen. For me, it's about attracting that kind of YouTube marketplace. I got to build that audience base, that strong core.
So you planted that seed now in them,
and
now you can be like, "Hey kids, let me tell you all about the Wolf Pop network." We have all kinds of shows you guys are going to be interested in. We also have this download that you get mommy or daddy to take you over to Vimeo, and just usually if you get $3.99 allowance, you can.
A lot of people don't have a patience or don't have the patience to work young children. But in 5 years, and I've already done that about 3 years ago, I'm going to be paying off huge dividends.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very.
You're implanting the idea into their little minds.
Yeah.
Right
the thing that actually gets me all the time about Yo Gabba Gabba is that parents recognize me from the show, but of course their kids don't because their children are 3 years old. They have no idea who I am, and then they force me onto their children. They go, "You know him? He's from Yo Gabba Gabba." do a knock joke.
Yeah.
And then it's uncomfortable for me and the child to perform for that.
For the parent. You're
yeah.
both
that's why
if I was dressed up in a big Mono costume or Muno costume, I think they would recognize me.
That's why I stopped doing my visits to children's hospitals. I used to really, go and visit kids.
You got dressed up as Captain Jack Sparrow?
Yeah, well, no, but I mean, I would go and visit sick kids, but then I realized they don't recognize me. So
a lot of those kids don't watch Transparent.
Yeah, there's no point in my cheering them up because they don't even know who I am.
Yes.
So it's like, what am I? Why am I even doing this? Like, why am I here?
I always ask at Children's Hospital. I say to them, "Can I flyer when I see these kids?" Just because it's great to just leave them with something,
Or you'll go to a children's hospital and hand out flyers for a TV show you're working on?
Yeah, TV show. This Vimeo download, we got a lot of flyers. I got to get rid of them. So I'm going to hit a lot of children's hospitals the next week.
Maybe you leave behind some 10% off download codes.
Well, if they put their
$360
if they put their Obamacare number in there or their Blue Cross number, they get it.
Yeah. So you guys are like,
they say laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah,
so
you guys are actual like insurance fraud is actually a big part of
the marketing of our comedy special.
Straight up insurance fraud. Yeah. Speaking of movies, at one point weren't you guys going to do a human giant movie?
Yeah, we had a good script or a good outline for a script, and then our computers were stolen.
Oh yeah,
and this is in the age before backups
at Comic-Con.
Comic-Con,
how do you know this?
You had called the best show.
Yes,
to talk about it on the air.
It was upsetting. It was actually I will say that was an experience that was really off-putting and upsetting.
When
we were robbed, we went to Comic-Con to work on this movie idea. So it was me and Jason Wallner and Scheer and Aziz.
This is a real quiet place to kind of just do some work, Comic-Con.
Well, no, but we rented a beach house outside of San Diego.
Okay.
In a town called Oceanside.
And it was so cracky.
The town is pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. To the point that there was an alley next to our house where there were just heroin needles.
Well, it was like one of those cut-through little stairwells, to the beach. Stairs down to the beach. That was right next to our house.
It's where people might hire Fletch to
kill them.
Yeah, kill them. Yeah.
Yeah.
The character Fletch, not Chevy Chase.
No, but he will. Chevy Chase, actually, you can hire him at this point to
He'll
murder
kill
you.
people.
Also,
he'll do it very sloppily and potentially a little bit racist.
But So we're down at in Oceanside in our beach house, and we're the first night we're drinking beer in the hot tub.
4 dudes in a hot tub.
Living the life. True story. This is a true story. So we're talking about ideas for a movie, and I'm not joking. I looked in the house, and I thought I saw somebody in the house, and I said to everybody, I was like, "Oh my God, I swear, I think I just saw somebody in the house."
And we all thought that he was trying to scare us.
Yeah, you're just messing with us. You're drinking beer and blah blah blah. This is a prank show.
You're letting all the fantastic elements of Comic-Con creep into your hot tub shenanigans.
It's a lot of fantastical elements, and then
so we went to bed that night.
So we went to bed that night. No, we didn't think about it again.
Yeah.
And the next day, we go down to Comic-Con, and we come back at the end of the day.
And we all go back to our rooms. And I remember going, where's my laptop? I left it here. Oh, I probably left it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And everyone, I think, had that same thought. We all met in the kitchen. It was like, is your laptop gone?
Yeah. And all of our rooms were kind of ransacked.
Yeah.
And
all the TVs were gone.
Yeah, all the TVs were gone. All the electronics were gone. And then, there's some paintings missing from this house. So all of a sudden, we were like, oh, wait a second. We've been robbed.
Yeah,
we got robbed. Yeah, so...
And we, of course, reported it, and then the owner promptly blamed us as the thieves. They were like, she's like, you're the thieves.
Long story short, I think that the homeowners that rented us their home came and robbed us.
Alma Carpenter. I'll say her name on air. Yeah. Alma Carpenter.
I think she came...
Awful person. I had to call her for months hunting down our deposit back.
I think they robbed us, and then so then we never did the movie. We soured on the movie.
Well, no, we had the movie script and that outline, and then we're like, okay, it got stolen. Let's meet back up. Let's talk it through.
Yeah,
we outlined it again.
Yeah.
Jason left his computer in the car. Jason had the only copy of it. and his car was broken into, and another laptop was stolen. So both times we worked on the Human Giant movie, laptops with all the information were gone.
Wait, what was her? Because she's got a movie out now.
What?
Alma Carpenter.
Yeah.
What?
It's great. She wrote this movie.
Man. It's like a dark kind of Coen Brothers-esque kind of.
Really amazing.
Oh,
yes. She's just one.
Does it star like an Indian guy and like a guy who's like a gap teeth guy, and then like another guy who's
a gap teeth guy.
Who's like the other guy's kind of like a cowboy.
Yeah, it's got a cowboy,
an X Factor,
a by the book guy.
Yeah.
An X Factor.
Yeah.
And then another guy who is stuck assembling the stuff in an editing facility.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Wait a second. She took our outline.
She stole our idea.
So that was the movie that never was.
Yeah.
Tom, do you go to Comic-Con? Do you like that?
I had been last year. I hadn't been in 10 years, and I went last year, and it was unrecognizable from 10 years earlier.
Is it too much entertainment for you now? Like you're more of a purist?
Well, no. It scares me now because it feels like there's just too many people in this area. What's the last time you were there?
I went this summer. I went last month.
Me too.
Yeah. And it feels like it's too intense for me now. It feels like there's
just
going
on the
people.
floor is awful, an awful experience because it the lighting I think is really the biggest part of that. It's just.
You like more subdued lighting.
Oh, I'm all about give me a little scarf and I'll put it over a lamp just to kind of give the room a
little personality.
I think the thing that would make that place feel a little more in control would be as if you made it darker in there also, so that way the guy in the stormtrooper suit also can't see. It's hard for him to see things. The guy in the stormtrooper suit who stops to look at things but has no peripheral vision while everybody's moving in any direction they want.
Did you come with us to the Back to the Future convention?
Yeah, out in
we
Burbank.
went across the street from the Burbank airport to the Back to the Future convention one time, where everyone brought their DeLoreans and they had assembled cast members from the Back to the Future franchise there.
Let me see if I can guess who is at this thing, Back to the Future thing.
It's a convention.
It's a convention.
For Back to the Future fans.
Biff is there.
Of course.
Yeah, definitely, he's there. Definitely.
You ever hear a song?
Biff's song?
Yeah, Biff is a stand-up, and he has a song about Back to the Future.
I didn't hear his song.
He kind of plays a song, and it's all the questions that you want to ask Biff.
Oh, I heard about that, yes.
When you heard about it, did you like it or did you not like it?
I did not pursue it. I think that might answer the question. I never went and actually heard it.
Yeah.
Biff is there.
Yeah.
Guy, Chuck Berry's cousin is there, right?
Actually, the whole band, Marvin Berry and the band, they'll sign autographs. For 20, you get all four.
They're there. You're a slacker, McFly. He's there, the principal, if he's still alive.
Strickland?
He's there.
I can't remember. Did Strickland make the list of the 100 best pop culture characters?
No, he did not. Girlfriend is the original girlfriend.
The original Jennifer, not Elizabeth Shue.
She's there. Elizabeth Shue, not there.
Not there.
No.
Michael J. Fox, not there.
Not there.
No.
Christopher Lloyd?
Not
Christopher
there.
Lloyd, not there.
No.
Fake Crispin Glover is there.
Hanging upside down.
Upside down, yeah. The one who probably has some brain damage now because he was hanging upside down for 3 months on a movie set. He's there.
It was Leah Thompson.
Okay.
Was there.
Adorable.
Biff was there.
Okay.
Hilarious.
Casey Samansko or whatever the guy. His name was 3D in the movie. He wears 3D glasses.
Okay. Talented.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
The dog. There.
Lovable.
The beautiful dog, sure. Einstein.
Okay. He's still hanging around.
Lovable.
I feel like that may have been a fake dog.
Yeah, I'm going to say because he would be 40 at this point in
years.
You
know what is weird? The show, the festival, the con was not exclusive to Back to the Future because that's where I met Rip Taylor.
Oh right, yeah.
So there were other just sort of like
they were on the main floor.
Yeah, there were other just sort of like personalities there, and you could pay. And Rip Taylor was there, and I paid $20.
It's 20. How come?
Everyone's
said that
20
because it's just easy. No one needs change. It's just like it's easy. So I got a picture with Rip Taylor, and then he gave me a white chocolate lollipop. of his face, and like kissed me on the cheek, and it was a highlight.
I told Kate Mulgrew was on the show. I did NTSF SDSUV, and I met her dog at one of the conventions, and her dog was signing autographs for $20 a paw. So they would dip the dog's paw in ink and then put that on a piece of paper, and you pay $20 for that.
Yeah, that's
sitting next to the soup Nazi from Seinfeld, not the actual soup Nazi, the guy who played the soup Nazi.
So there must be a circuit that you get on.
Yeah,
like an autograph circuit.
Yeah, how do you? Is that a great day when you, or is that the worst? Is that the best day or worst day when you make the cut for that?
I don't. Yeah,
when you start to travel with it.
Yeah,
it probably is a bad day. When you're going, well, we got to go to Arizona this weekend.
Yeah. But I mean,
no soup for you on a ladle.
But it's super. It's the easiest.
He would
money.
write that. He would write it on ladles. The soup Nazi. No soup for you.
But how?
I mean,
he's making. How much money is he making every day just doing that?
Well, I mean, all the ladles and the $20. I mean, I'm sure he's making a pretty penny.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I mean, we should be so lucky.
Yeah, well, I wonder if he could.
I mean, praise him.
Praise
the soup Nazi. Yes. Praise him.
I went to a Star Trek convention with Kate Mulgrew one time, and she was like, come hang with me and my friends. And
because she was Janeway.
Janeway. And by the way, she is a rock star in that circuit because she's the only female captain. So she...
Do you think that she... I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it did occur to me. Do you think that she can walk into one of those things? And I don't know her, so I'm not making fun of her. But and just if she wanted to, just have sex with anyone.
Oh, undoubtedly. I've never seen. I was there with Patrick Stewart, Shatner, and her, and by far, the love for her overshadowed everybody else because she's the female captain. It just speaks to so many more people. And so we were out having dinner, and throughout the night, all of her Star Trek fans came in. And they would reveal this wad of money. I'm doing it now here, but you can't see it. But just open up your hand as large as it can go, but trying to make a C, full of 20s.
20s.
Like, oh,
that was in her hand.
She told me she gets paid in bags of money.
Wow.
Well, I'm sure she loves this being broadcast as right now she's being hauled off.
Blowing the lid.
The IRS is raiding her compound right now.
Tom, do you... do you like celebrities? Paul's talking about
I like you guys.
But Paul mentions a lot of famous people that he knows or has hung out with, and I just noticed that you hadn't mentioned any celebrities.
Yeah, who's the celebs? Who's in the Scharpling crew? Who are your hunties? I use that term because that's what Taylor Swift calls her best friends, the hunties.
I would wait. Who do I actually like?
Who's your hunting?
Like, who do you like on the weekends? Who do you hang around with?
What?
Because we live in Los Angeles.
You live in Los Angeles. I end up hanging out at with a lot of landscapers and guys who people like that, like lunch pail, like ham and eggers, just just hard hat types.
Right.
And it keeps this show kind of grounded.
It's sort of the base
to where when guys like you come in,
it's more of a. Yeah, it's more of a treat.
It's a treat. Exactly.
And you have the cast of Alpha House coming in next week, right?
The cast of Alpha House.
So who's that? John Goodman.
It's Mark Consuelos, John Goodman.
John Goodman's in it too, right?
Yeah. And he'll be here.
And John Goodman.
We said John.
We have John Goodman. We have the cast of Alpha House and the cast of Betas is going to be here.
And that's cool. You're doing a Betas reunion show.
Pretty cool.
That's really fun.
So it doesn't sound like, other than the cast of Alpha House, it doesn't sound like you are rolling around with a bunch of
friends. No, I don't. Associate
you don't hang out.
Show business.
It doesn't Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock.
Well, that's the thing. Is the only reason I even brought it up is because Paul and I live in Los Angeles.
Yeah. No, you said that about 45 times on the show tonight. That you live. It's not like a
wheat kale.
Could I live there? Deal.
No, you couldn't.
It's like anybody.
But Paul's right. No, but Paul's right. Paul's right. What
Prius.
Paul said is accurate. Like, I don't think that you could live there.
No, you couldn't.
Think that
so I couldn't cut it.
Your working class mentality wouldn't.
Sure.
Well, it's just that you're used to a different. It sounds like you are hanging out with different. A different socioeconomic.
We don't
level.
even do ham out there. We don't do meat.
So I would be walking.
We do pork belly.
I'd be walking down Sunset Boulevard.
Sure.
and you guys would think I was like some sort of like.
Oh, we'd go by on like one of those new little, not a Segway, but it looks like a skateboard, but it's like
it's like the bottom.
It's a futuristic
mode
of transportation.
You'd wonder why I was not holding like some sort of like.
Like a rain stick,
or a drill to like kind of like why I'm not like
like why are you not a hard hat guy? You look like a hard hat guy.
Why is this guy not wearing a fluorescent vest?
Yeah,
like why is he on the street but not wearing some sort of fluorescent? I would be.
We would assume you're on a break of some kind.
Sure, maybe he's walking over to
a shady spot to eat out of his lunch bag.
Yeah, and we'd be going to like a Taibo class with like Shia LaBeouf, or
and I'm going to go eat at Carney's, the
I'm
looking for like
car,
a railroad car to eat at, like like I figured I'd walk all the way down to Norm's. I'd walk down La Cienega and eat at Norm's. These are all fun Los Angeles jokes. Why did Jan's go out of business? Does anybody know? Where's Jan's, everyone? Like I'm out in front of Jan's banging on the door. I liked your Texas toast so much. Please. I don't know what to eat with all this gluten-free and the mocha choco latte.
Yeah, Rob and I are doing 3 to 4 meals of Cafe Gratitude every day. Okay. It's a beautiful place.
Sure. And so you guys are at places like that, and I'd just be like, why can't I just get a cup of coffee in this city?
Yeah.
Like, why do you guys
You want a cold press? You want a single brew?
You got a French
Blue Mountain?
Low Boca Doca thick almond milk coconut thing.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that I was here that you didn't have like cold press on tap. We have that a lot. It's a cold press on tap.
Do you guys even know about that? About juicing?
Not yet. No. What is juice? What is that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess the easiest way to explain it's like if you took a vegetable and you just like ground it up or blended it. And
until it became soft like liquid.
So it would be like I drink a lot of orange soda and a lot of grape soda. That's like the thing that soda is based on.
Yeah,
like I've heard about that.
Yeah,
without the carbonation.
But
Okay,
and it would be like almost quadruple the price.
So that's what
like
we
Sunny
have.
D, like you're saying, like Sunny D, like that.
If you were to create
a little
even more like
a little too fibrous for me.
Yeah,
Sunny
yeah.
Like it really upsets my stomach. I can't handle that health food.
There are 2 things in life that I have bought commercials for. One was Sunny D. I thought, oh, that's a really good orange juice, and I drank it hard. Like I was like, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's not for
it's chemicals.
Poison.
Yeah,
it's orange poison.
That, and I also believe that if I was really hungry, a Snickers had more properties than most to satisfy a hunger, as if it was like a power bar.
Well, that's because they told you that in the commercial.
And I believe
think they're allowed. Hasn't it come out recently? Like you can say anything you want about anything.
Yes,
like in a commercial, there's no laws.
Where?
You can say any sort of. You can make any kind of health claim or nutritional claim, and there's no laws. Like we thought that there were laws.
Yeah.
There, you can say anything you want about a product. You can be like, oh, it promotes fighting cancer. Snickers.
We had a sponsor on How Did This Get Made?
Snickers fights cancer.
And it was like, I won't use the name of the product, but it was like food well. And it was,
why are you protecting them?
Or it was like good food. And it was like, this is great food. It's good food. It's healthy food. And like, you can please never say it's good or healthy. It's just food. Yeah. It was snacks. It was like, but it was like, like healthy was in the name of the food. It's like, you can never say it's actually a healthy snack. Hey, don't say it.
That's just a term.
Yeah, you're just
Snackwell's not. You're not snacking well. That is also chemicals.
No, there was I had a great stretch about 15 years ago where I'd be like, well, I can kill this whole box of Snackwells, of course, because I think it's actually good for me. And then you're just like, oh no, this is just as bad as anything. They just decided to call it Snackwells. They would have called it in the factory. There was a reason things are going down the Snackwell down the Snackwell conveyor belt, and the other half are just going into just the cookie box.
There was literally no reason. Like they had no flavor difference than an Oreo. The Snackwells.
No, I think it was like it probably had 10 less calories than like a normal cookie. And they just ran with that. Is it like, I do feel a little healthier. I'm really loading up on these Snackwells.
There's peanuts in
These
this.
Snackwells are really filling me up.
These vanilla cream cookies.
This is pure. It's pure vanilla.
It is fun eating healthy. I do like eating it. Then I would fit in your scene out there in Los Angeles.
That's what we were trying to tell you.
I got my Snackwells.
Yeah.
I fit it like it'd be I'm at your restaurant with. Can
The
I
only
get a
difference is, like,
Snackwell smoothie, please?
They also like places like this Cafe Gratitude, which is like a very hipstery, like health food place.
Mm-hmm.
They make like healthy Snackwells.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Really?
Okay.
Are we being robbed? What's going on?
I think they're being. I
Is
think
there
they
a
are being
gunman?
held up out there.
There's a gunman here.
It's like a Dog Day Afternoon scenario out
The
there.
guy who took out his trash is coming in for some vengeance.
He heard what.
He's the president of Snackwells?
He went on Twitter, saw people were ripping him, and then he came down here to even the score. So let me just get this straight. This crash test thing was available. It's not available anymore. It was a 24-hour.
No. They didn't take it off.
Okay.
It's still
not
available.
unlimited. It's an
Unlimited.
It's unlimited.
Okay, unlimited. So
you can check out Crash Test. You can go to crashtestshow.com or you go to Vimeo and $3.99, and you can get that for a long time.
Yeah, it's not as you said. Now everything is digital, so there's no limit to the amount that they can make.
We're not going to try to Louis C.K. you and give you the $5 treatment. We're treating you like a real human being.
I think we said this earlier, but I mean, originally the big idea was $4, and then again, God bless him.
I thought about the people who are our fans, and I said, you know what, I think $3.99 is better for these guys.
Just like this $4 thing. It wasn't sitting.
I don't want to.
Here's the other thing.
Why do I need to make money off of our fans?
Can we throw this out? I don't like to do this, but as a special promotion, just on the best show.
Yeah.
If you buy the show and you tell us that you heard about it on the show, we'll come to your house and we'll watch it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You just have to.
I was going to say,
give us your home address. Your parents' names.
We have to make sure that it's valid. Yeah.
Give us your home address and your parents' names. We'll come to your house and we'll watch it with you.
I was going to offer up something really cool, which is if you buy the special and you tweet at us, we'll fave it. Okay. So that's a special one night only. We'll fave any tweet that you send. Mm-hmm. We're going to fave it. You just show us that receipt and we'll give you.
You know what? I'm going to go one better. If you tweet at us, we'll look at that. We'll look at it. We'll read it.
Yeah.
We
won't block you.
Yeah, we're not going to block you.
You will.
We won't block
you. If somebody tweets at you.
We won't block you.
I bought Crash Test. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're not going to block you.
24 hours.
No, we won't.
For 24 hours, yeah.
24 hours, you don't get blocked for saying I love the thing. After that,
it's fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
back again. Yeah, you're back again.
You will be blocked for looking at me. Is what it's like. It's like It's like looking at David Letterman as he walks down the hall.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
So people go where to get it now?
They go to Vimeo and demand, or they go to crashtestshow.com. And look, it's an hour. It's a fun special. We got music. We had a mime that we cut out. We realized that miming does not necessarily translate to a show. Mm-hmm. We had Billy the Mime, the Dirty Mime.
You know what I feel like? You know what I gotta say? I feel like we're plugging this a lot, and if you like stuff that's good, go get it. If you don't like stuff that's good, then go back to sleep.
Yeah. If you like movie 39, you're gonna like this.
Okay, so it's cut from the same cloth of that.
I don't know what movie. Sorry, I don't know what movie 39
is it movie? Mike would know what that title of that movie is, right?
Mike, do you know? Is it movie 42 or what is it?
Oh no, it's like 43.
43. Yeah. yeah.
Now I know what you're talking about.
Hey, Mike, are you going to buy this crash test thing?
No, you guys don't have to buy it. We'll give it to you.
Well, I don't know if we can actually even do that. I mean, I think we'd like to do it, but I don't even know how we do it.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you my credit card.
Okay, and
it's 4.
Okay.
4.
Right. Yeah.
4.
Okay. All right. Hold
on. Make sure you give him the security cover number.
4.
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
888.
All right.
666 777.
He's got one of those fun Looney Tunes credit cards.
Yeah. This is a.
It's a Visa.
It
started with 4.
So yes. Now, second crash test thing.
Yeah.
You take the bus.
Where would we go? What town? because there's a lot of good towns we could do another one in.
Yeah, I like. We've talked about a couple. I like Austin. I like New Orleans. And I like Comic-Con. I like San Diego during Comic-Con would be.
I got to say, an easy one would be New York. New York would be easy, and we'd knock it out of the park.
You're driving around.
Yeah, we just tell all our funny friends.
The issue is, though, with New York is you can't. We had a benefit with the buses that we had a microphone on the inside that could yell at people on the street on the outside.
There's speakers on the street.
Which was immensely fun. Probably the best thing I've ever done is being able to yell at people getting money out of an ATM, people on a date, and you're a bully. You're a giant bully.
And then they're like, why is Andre from the league
yelling at me?
From
a
bus.
Yes.
But in New York, they have a noise restriction. You can't yell outside the bus.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got friends that work in the mayor's office.
The DOT?
Yeah.
So, look, you figure out when. You don't have to do it at night. Right?
That's a good point.
I think it looks good at night,
though,
right?
It does look.
You could do it.
Nice.
You could do it in the morning.
I think you take the bus. The first thing you have to do is just try to run Al Roker over with the bus.
He's going to get it.
Just for some reason, he doesn't like run into a building. He's just running straight down the middle of a street as you guys are going after him.
What if when we ran into him, we found that he was unbreakable, like Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable?
And then the bus, it's like one of those like things like he turns and then the bus hits him and shatters because he just is standing still. There's only one way to find out.
We got to hit that guy with the bus.
You try to get him on the bus as just a guest, and then he'd be like, "Hey, remember us? You hung us out to dry.
You threw us under the bus.
Now we're going to throw you under the bus. Now we're literally going to throw you under our literal bus.
Let's see how it feels."
Yeah.
Tom, this is off topip.
Oh, okay. All right.
But who is...
So off topic from Crash Test, which is available on Vimeo. Okay,
thank you.
Go
ahead. Who are like some people that have come on the show that you didn't like at all? And I'm not saying that you like this visit from us.
I like this. Well, look.
But are there people that have come on the show where in retrospect...
You're a high curator, though. You don't have a lot of guests.
But there has to have been like a slip-up somewhere where someone has been like, oh, boy, I wish this guy hadn't come by.
Matt Walsh was banned.
Matt Walsh was banned just because he cursed on the radio.
Yeah.
But that's all fine now. It was goofball-isms. That's all sorted out.
Have you ever had a bad guest?
I try to. I don't ask anybody to just come here.
It's not like a
people.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I can't have people just.
You're not like the Today Show. You're not just
the guy that
wheeling people in every couple of minutes.
If the guy that killed the lion wanted to come on, and he said, "You got."
He's been on. He's just been on over the years.
And he was just a guy.
Just as a dentist.
Well, he's a great dentist. He's a great dentist.
He's one of your sponsors.
He's on the network. He was the first. He was going to be the first spin-off thing. It was going to be him and Fat Jew, but we're putting those both on ice now. We're kind of letting those kind of cool down a little. They're a little hot right now.
I thought Fat Jew.
What if they paired them? It was like
the Lion Killer, and the Fat Jew.
Fat Jew. I like his show. It's called Comedy Boo Boo.
Yeah.
And
really nobody's been really bad here. It's all right.
Well, that's good.
It's good people. I try to just have.
Have you had President Barack Obama?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
You're gonna wait till post-election.
Because you would have remembered.
Well, I was not as interested in him as like to me. That's just like It's like we get it.
Yeah.
Can we name a guest and you say you're interested or not?
Oh, this is great.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Rapid fire.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Perez Hilton.
I would talk to him. Sure.
Taylor Swift.
Of course. Yes. Yes.
Russell Crowe.
Yes.
Well, you really are opening an open door policy here. Russell Brand.
Sure. I would talk to Russell Brand. I read his book. I read his one book.
A background guy, but not the deep background, like more of the background actors from Mad Max, the most recent Mad Max.
Like the guy playing the guitar.
The guitar player from the most recent Mad Max.
Yeah, I would have to ask. There's a couple things I would like.
You'd have some questions.
Yeah, just like there's no way that guy wasn't like he must have shaved 5 years off his life
doing that
because they were clearly not like unharnessing him.
Yeah, no.
But they're just like, we're gonna just have to like. Look, this is a tricky thing now. We're going to have the thing's going to be going 80 miles an hour.
Stay in the rig.
Just hang tight up there, buddy. Like, can someone pour water in his mouth? No, we can't get up there to even do that. We'll get you plenty of water at the end of the day.
I have a friend who is she's a wrestler and she's also a kickboxer, and she was
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey,
yeah, the new Captain Marvel.
Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
She was Charlize's stunt double on Mad Max Fury Road for 6 months, and then Charlize showed up and said, "Oh, I want to use a different stunt double," and she was sent home. And in that 6 months that she was there, she only shot one scene, but they were working every single day.
Wow!
Wait, so this person was doing 6 months of pre-production,
learning how to drive a big rig, and
then
a bunch of others.
He showed up and was like, "Thank you so much.
Next one,
I'm going to get my person."
Yeah.
Let's do some quick calls, and then we'll wrap it up here. We got Rob Huebel and Paul Scheer here. Let me think. I would have...
The Cast of Smoosh, the YouTube movie.
What's that?
Smoosh, one of the most popular YouTube channels. Just came up.
Oh, is that that kid?
Yeah, he's a little kid, yeah.
I would have that kid on. I want to get that dude who did you watch The Chair?
No.
It's the greatest reality show ever, The Chair.
What is it on?
It's on Stars.
Is it real or
it is real.
Or a parody?
It's totally real. It
sounds like a Jason Walliner idea.
Where it sounds like a giant trap for somebody. No, it's called The Chair, and basically the point of it was done by the dude who did Project Greenlight.
Okay.
And they take one script, one screenplay, and they get two different directors to interpret the screenplay.
That's a great idea.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's one that Zach Quinto walked off of, right?
Yeah, Zachary Quinto was like an executive producer on it, and the one...
I don't want to brag, but he is my neighbor in Los Angeles where I
Okay.
live.
ZQ? You just go, "Hey, what's up, ZQ?"
I don't even
I
know.
was
Those
hiking.
are maybe the clunkiest initials anyone has ever had. ZQ.
He's my neighbor, guys. Because I live in Los Angeles. Keep going, Tom. Sorry.
So the woman who did the one movie made this kind of like very earnest indie drama with like.
And then the guy from Feast, is that the guy?
John Gulager. I work
John
with
Gulager. Is that
It
what we're talking
was
about?
this guy Shane Dawson, who's like this.
Yes, he's the
internet maniac.
Yeah.
Did the filthiest movie imaginable, and then Zachary Quinto was like, "I want nothing to do with this piece of garbage. Take my name off of it." And yeah, it's the greatest.
We gotta
it's
watch
my favorite
that.
reality because you just end up shifting allegiance. You're just like, okay, she's driving me nuts now. Strangely, I find myself rooting for the other kid. But then 5 minutes later, you're like, oh no, he just reminded me why I hate him more than her. And then but you keep going lower and lower with them over episodes, and then you're just
what you will tolerate.
You like no one. It's just who do I like the least now on this? Let's see. Best show, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Sammy from Chicago.
Sammy from Chicago. What's going on, Sammy? You're here with me and Paul Scheer and Rob Huebel.
Yes, it's a huge honor. I'm a big fan of all three of you.
Well, that's
Thank
nice.
Thank you, Sammy.
I'm also a big fan of Oceanside, California. So
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Sammy!
Sammy!
I just want to make a quick case for you guys to pull that bus background. I don't live there anymore, but when I did live there, just a quick context, I lived in a practice space that was built in the inside of a truck repair shop, so it had no windows. And then we would be locked out of the office at night where the fridge and our hot plate were because the owner slept on the couch. And I lived there for 3 months, and so it sounds like you guys have like the same kind of experience, but it actually is a lovely town. Because
Wait a second.
That does not sound like you did not
You're
paint
trying
a lovely
to
picture.
defend it by saying I was locked in a storage closet in this facility at night for a long time. And you had to pay to be a prisoner in Oceanside, California, and you were brainwashed. And you're trying to convince me that it's a nice
this is not.
town.
Yeah, what was good about the town?
The bars there, they're all dive bars. Like, you can't find anything. But
Again, you're not
named
selling me. You are not selling me.
But they're all named after things that, like, drunk old men might yell at you when you're near them.
Like what?
One of them is called one more, that's it, with an exclamation point in the title.
Well, now you've sold me.
Wait, I'm back on board with Oceanside.
They have dive bars with awkward names.
Give me one more example of a dive bar that has some sort of exclamatory remark in its title.
Okay, well, this one, it had like an exclamatory action. So this one was only called the River Bottom, but someone had driven their truck through a wall, and they just, instead of fixing it, they put a tarp up because it's oceanside. It doesn't really get cold there. And after a while, this beautiful foliage had just grown over the wall, so they took the tarp down and just left it without a wall and had leaves. It's beautiful.
Right. This sounds like the biggest dirtbag town of all time.
I don't know. I think she sold me. It sounds charming.
You're going back. Yeah. You're ready to go back.
I like it.
It's like a Walking Dead bar.
Oh, thank you for the call.
Thanks, Sammy.
Thank you.
Hope you get out of that cell.
Best show, you're on the air. No? Okay. Best show, you're on the air.
Hey, guys. This is Adam from Tampa. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you? What are you doing?
I'm all right.
What are you doing in Tampa? What are you doing in Tampa tonight?
Well, just have something for the topic.
All right. Who should be a new Doctor Who? What do you got?
Well, I got one. I got one from England.
Who's that?
Matt Lucas as Pompidou as Doctor Who.
All right. Matt Lucas is funny. I like that. Thank you.
I think the first strip bar I ever went to in my whole life was in Tampa. I think there's a place there called the Mons Venus.
Uh-huh.
And
Mike is.
It's a bummer. It's a real bummer of a place. It's like yeah.
I went to a strip club,
and
in
I went there
too.
as a young man, as a very young man, and I was like, I shouldn't be seeing these people.
I remember I went to a strip club. I think the first strip club I ever went to may have been in Montana, and you could eat breakfast food in the front. And I remember when I walked in the back to the strip club, one of the performers was just having a casual conversation with one of the patrons, as if they were friends. Like, oh yeah, so next weekend we'll go there. Yeah, we'll go there next weekend. She was just on stage, and they just were just casual.
Yeah, small town strip bars. That's a different.
Yeah, it's a whole different
experience.
It sounds like a nice.
You would like it, Tom.
Oh, thank you. Let me Tampa. Mons Venus.
Mons Venus in Tampa, Florida.
All right,
write it down. Do they have a Twitter?
Best show, you're on the air.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, who's this?
It's Paul from Etobicoke.
From where?
Etobicoke.
It's part of Toronto.
Okay. What's going on tonight, Paul? Is it a warm night there?
They got a brewery in Etobicoke.
There's a couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's really hot too. But I want to echo something you
walking around? What are you doing up there? You walk like a warm night like tonight? You walk around?
No, I'm staying inside. I got the nice air conditioning.
Okay.
But I want to echo.
But earlier tonight, you ate dinner, go for a nice stroll, right? Then suddenly you feel that thing you try to fight, right? Then you just find yourself. I bought no bunny tickets. Looking in a window, right? Right? The peeping. No, you can't stop it. Can you? The urge overtakes you. Next thing you know, you're watching TV through someone else's window. Is that how your night went, Paul? You're watching Trailer Park Boys through a window. Watching people watch Trailer Park Boys. I can hear that. You have that peeper gene in you. You just sound like a peeper, right? So go ahead. What are you talking? What do you want to say, Paul? Now that you're inside,
okay,
and you fought it. You put the thing to rest for one more night. Tomorrow will be a new fight to resist staring in a window. But what?
By the way, this sounds. This should be a TV show. I mean, it's Peeper Buster. Peeper cop. Something like that, where
it's like Rear Window.
It's like you're a guy and you drive around in like an old Cutlass.
You got a step stool in the trunk.
And you look around for peepers, and when you find them, you yell at them.
But you're a former peeper, so you know
what they're
mentality
wrestling with
better than anyone else.
Because it never goes away. The desire to peep never goes away.
No, it's always there within you.
But that's
windows.
That's what you're
That's
wrestling
the worst
with.
addiction because there's windows everywhere.
There are
always windows.
Yeah. Right, Paul? What are you doing?
Paul, you taking that Ontario Highway 427 to the 401?
He's over on the Wikipedia page of Etobicoke.
No, I don't even drive.
Well, okay, what do you got, buddy? I got to wrap the show.
Sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
For the topic, okay, Marquis Smith.
Okay, we got that
Morrissey.
one around. Who?
Morrissey,
okay.
Marquis Smith.
Yeah.
Steve Albini.
Steve Albini as Doctor Who would be pretty good.
Harry Brownstein. And
is there a lot
Little B, the Base God.
Okay. All right.
And that's what I got.
Well, my friend, you have a grand evening and fight the urge. Go get professional help for this peeping thing.
Stop peeping.
Yes,
stop peeping.
Yeah.
So, and your character, Tom, is tormented.
Well, you're like a parole officer for the people.
Because you hate these guys, but you identify with these guys.
You're a reformed peeper. You also used to peer. You knew what it was like, and you hang around with Mike, who who's still in the game. He's still in the game, but
the pilot,
it's
it's all set up. In episode 2, you slip up. And you peep just a little taste.
Well, you know what?
You
peep him.
If
he leaves the bar and you go to the window and you watch him get into the car and you're like, I think this is the start of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah. And then I'm just in the car just screaming at myself, punching the
steering wheel or the roof.
Fight it.
No.
And then just
you catch a glimpse of yourself in your own rearview mirror, and that kind of does a little bit of the trick for you.
Like peeping
yourself.
Peeping at myself. And then I watch a Yankee game through someone's window, like
eating popcorn.
Yeah, just
out of a bag.
Watching a family watch Frozen.
Let it go. It speaks to you because you need to let it go.
Yeah, I know the score.
Well, we can't get the rights to that song, so we gotta.
So no, we'll make it. I'll watch a family.
Look, we live in Hollywood. We know Josh Gad. We'll talk to somebody.
Sure. Well, I do. I have a meeting with his pod next week, so that's pretty exciting. Gadzooks.
Do you have Josh Gad ideas?
Is it Gadzooks?
It's Gadzooks.
You got some Gads ideas?
We're just doing. Yeah, I'm bringing some Gads ideas.
Some Gads ideas.
And now, is one of the ideas that little green Martian from the Flintstones who used to pop in.
Hurry, Tweeter, to the X1 space modulator.
Fred.
I'll have him. I'll pitch it a Flintstones thing from the point of view of a futuristic alien who decides to go all the way back.
Flintstones really became creatively bankrupt. They became cops at one point. Yeah. Barney and Fred were cops, and then the Great Gazoo was in there.
An alien. They were like, I don't know, just put an alien in there.
Because it's like
caveman.
Let's step it up. Pebbles and Bam Bam in the band.
Brady Bunch runs out of things because it's just like, we all live in a house together, so we add a cousin to liven up these stories.
Oliver.
This is cavemen. Yeah. And they ran out of ideas.
Anything.
They couldn't think of new things to do with cavemen.
Just move them into the future. Just give them a little bit.
We did it all.
We could call Nick Kroll right now.
Oh, yeah.
Out. I mean, what do cavemen do?
Nick Kroll was on the little scene ABC spinoff of the Geico commercial Caveman.
Yeah. Now, people have said that the Flintstones took place on Earth, and then the Jetsons is like up above it.
Yeah.
Like
simultaneously?
Yeah.
Like that's a theory?
Like that movie Elysium.
Oh.
Like it's like...
I didn't see that.
It's just like the
George
Jetsons.
George is like Jodie Foster up there.
Yeah, up in their little space capsule, in their little space palaces.
Wait, is Flintstones a post-apocalyptic world?
And if you fall down, you end up in caveman times. Or you get like low status. You get removed from the future, which is...
You can't get a cancer cure after you get a nice suntan.
No, they bounce you down and you get torn to shreds by the cavemen down there.
Or a brontosaurus.
Or you find yourself now you're. But what if you know what would make it the best is if they put you through some machine that turned into like a service bird, like.
And then it's like a living.
The record needle bird.
Yeah.
By the way, every bird. It was the photo bird, the vacuum bird, the washing bird.
Because you could be. What if those were humans who were just mutated into service animals because they violated? What if those are like criminals?
It's like
space criminals. They turn them into service birds.
Hey, it's a living.
Yeah.
Better than jail.
Yeah, they turn you into a woolly mammoth vacuum cleaner, right? Because you were a sex offender.
Yeah. Well, they never made that. There were no sex offender characters.
Well, now your punishment is to be inside a vacuum for the next 10 years.
Yeah, is to eat dirt for the rest of your days. You now have a trunk and you now
sniff dirt.
You just sniff dirt until you die. And on that note, my friends, I'm going to tell you all the best show is coming to a close. Not forever, for this week. Final thing, true or false? The crash test thing is entertaining.
True.
Okay.
Of course.
True or false? It's very hard to figure out how to buy it.
False.
That's false.
Here, I'm going to say one thing though. People might be daunted. I've never bought anything on Vimeo before. It's shockingly easy to buy something on Vimeo. Okay. I would like to just point that out.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
True or false, this thing is completely bereft of stars.
False.
Okay.
It's actually because I didn't even mention this part. We live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Okay. And a lot of our
friends. Did we tell you that
that gives you access to the? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, a lot of our friends.
I mean, we had all the big ones in there. Kate Hudson, Dax Shepard,
Owen Wilson,
Kristen Bell. We had Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy actually did Buckwheat in this special.
So he's back.
He wouldn't do it for SNL for you, but he did it for us.
He
just wanted to save it for our special.
So I'm going to say, final true or false question. True or false, people should buy this if they like to laugh.
Please do.
No, it's true. But the answer is true or false.
True. And remember the faves. We're going to give out those faves.
The faves, people, they buy it, then they take their thing over to Twitter, let you know they bought it. They will not get blocked.
You just got to use the hashtag, I bought this after listening to Best Show.
Yeah.
That's the hashtag.
Sure. What? Okay, and then they have 3 characters.
Well, I've said this a couple times before, but like if my mom is listening to this, don't buy this.
Okay.
The steps for your mom to find this show and listen to it would be.
But if you're not my mom, I do think you should buy it because you're going to get it.
All right.
Yeah.
My friends, thank you, Paul Scheer. Thank you, Rob Huebel, for coming by.
We enjoyed ourselves.
Thank you so much. Now let me tell you all a little business. Scharpling and Worcester playing live on the West Coast. We are going to be in Seattle at Numos on the 25th, right? 25th, I think. Do I really have to look these up again? I don't have these memorized yet. I got to look these dates up. Sure, I will. I'll look them up again. Let's see. Oh, the 27th. See, that's why I had to look it up again. Thursday the 27th, Seattle, Washington at Numos. Saturday the 29th, Portland, Oregon, sold out. Thursday, September 3rd, San Francisco, the Great American Music Hall. Saturday, Los Angeles at the El Rey Theater, September 5th. You can buy tickets. You go over to Stereolaughs, that's laffs.com/tour for links to go to all the places to buy the tickets. I want to also tell you about the guy who does so much artwork for the Best Show, Jeff T. Owens. He's a truly great artist. You see him up at the website, thebestshow.net. He's done so many things for the show. He did the cover of the Best Show magazine. He's a really, seriously great artist. His store is open, mymetalhand.com. You go check it out and buy some stuff there from him. He's a really amazing artist, and I can't recommend the stuff that he does enough. One of my absolute favorite people and one of my favorite artists, and it is a privilege to work with him. So go over to mymetalhand.com. flannelgraph.com and check his stuff out. We'll be back next week, and thanks everybody for listening, and let's hear something. We're going to play another thing on Flannelgraph. How about that? Don Muro, one of my favorites. We're going to hear something from him from his 68, 69 recordings. We All Need Each Other. Here's something called Pushing Me Down. Let's check this out, and we will talk to you next week.